Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. You guys hear me okay? Can everyone hear me okay? Hey, One Mighty Pen. Hey, Vash. Hey, Cool Cat. Hey, Shy Guy. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I always worry about all of the things once I travel. Of course, I mean, I know I've said this a million times, but still, especially traveling and being on like an unfamiliar Wi-Fi, you know? Like that always worries me as far as like the stability on an unfamiliar Wi-Fi, and I always wonder, um, like, will the unfamiliar Wi-Fi actually hold? It's always something that I think about. Damn it, I forgot to grab my chapstick. Oh well. Oh well. We're already live everywhere. All righty, all righty. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is doing absolutely amazing. There we go. I hope everyone is having an absolutely amazing morning. As we get in, guys, if you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. We're going to go ahead and get started here in just a moment. We're going to get some debates happening. But if you could, please, please, please knock out the daily gift goal. It's the little pink heart puffs. Can we knock those out, please? Please, please, please. Please knock out the pink heart puffs. And we're going to get back to it. We're gonna get back to it. I missed you guys. I do. I absolutely did. It's always interesting, like when I travel, and how I'm thrown off by not being able to go live. Right? That's always the thing for me. It's always a thing for me, and it is hot as hell. I always forget about how everywhere else outside of the Pacific Northwest is just like hot as shit all the time. But we're not gonna let that stop us. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Howdy. Good morning. All right, guys. Since we have everybody in here, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me, repost the live on your FYP and also to your stories. That would help boost the live. Make sure that once you send your daily heart me, you actually go back and collect your points. And yeah, we're gonna get active. We're gonna get active. That being said, let's get after it.
Yeah, funny how it changed now. Same people that laughed at clips, studying the clips now. Everybody got opinions till the facts land. Everybody loud till they gotta take a stand. Every stream feel like somebody betting they pride. I seen fake scholars fold in real time. Now they screenshot takes, run around and remix it, and pull up thinking somehow they can fix it. Nah, you stepped in the wrong room, donut. This ain't rage bait, this pressure. Patriarchy, race, class, labor, healthcare. I don't do surface level, I peel layers. And every time they think they got me cornered, numbers go higher. Chat flyer, mods working, crowd waiting. Somebody finna get cooked tonight. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Oh. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Yeah. You might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. I don't debate for applause, I debate for the record. Every false claim get dissected and severed. You rehearsed outrage, I studied the structure. Difference between noise and somebody with substance. You quote tweets, I quote policy. You want moments, I want honesty. You want ego boost and virality. I want mutual aid and stronger communities. That's the difference between you and me. See the problem? Different type timing. You came for clips, I came for alignment. Capital this, socialism that. Half these dudes can't define what they yelling in caps. Talking about free market while wages collapse. I watch your pivot arrive, I make it visible live. But this ain't never gonna be a place where evidence dies. You came all the way to be Santana for internet rap, while the whole chat waiting to see who got checked. Next, welcome to the ring now. Yeah. You talk big till the facts come out. Slap nuts, sit down. Oh. Welcome to the ring now. Yeah. Got the whole chat screaming when the logic break down. Yeah. Welcome to the ring now. You ain't built for this smoke. Y'all slap nuts ain't got milk for these oats. Donuts, so pipe down. Pipe down. You might drown. You don't want war with the king right now. Yeah. Welcome to Sparring with Santana. Bring your sources or bring excuses, whatever. Doesn't really matter either way. You're about to get cooked. You should know who I am by now. What?
Hello. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana 101 debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart to me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I actually just changed over the Wi-Fi. It should correct the actual signal in a couple of different places. Can I get a thumbs up across the board? All of the chats to sorry, forgot to turn my mic back up. There we go. I was saying welcome in. I just changed the Wi-Fi over on all of the different places, so we should have a better signal everywhere across the board. Can I just get a quick thumbs up from all the chats? Let me know if like there is a consistent and steady picture now. Like there should be a consistent and steady picture everywhere. Anyone having any issues? Perfect. All right, we are going to go ahead and get started here, guys. If you don't mind, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. Make sure that you go back in and you collect your points, right? You have to collect the points, and that will, that'll add you to the team. That'll do all the wonderful things. With that being said, we are looking for some debates. And actually, you know what? How do you think Christians weaponize the Bible? Come up and I'll tell you. Sorry, can't tell you when you are far away because I can't hear you. I can't hear you. If you're wondering how Christians weaponize the Bible, then you have to actually hit that request button. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. Can we knock out the pink heart post, please? That will definitely help push the live out to the FYP. Let's see here. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I am.
Okay. You are a Trump supporter, you disagree, or a combination?
A combination of the two. Okay. Well, I actually have a question about the prompts on the background. What delineation are you making between capitalism and socialism here?
The delineation of what capitalism is and what socialism is.
Yeah, like what is the distinction, like the distinctive characteristic that you're pointing out here that would separate them?
Do you not know what the difference is between capitalism and socialism? And that's a genuine question. I promise you I'm not being a smart ass.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, they both kind of want the same means. They both want to produce things. They both want to like do stuff, like actionable labor of humans in some form or another. But the difference for me is just that like capitalism is a specific incentive structure to do things versus socialism. You take away that incentive structure, right?
Yeah, no, you're completely off. You're talking about like socialist policies within like a democratic system. That's still like a form of capitalism. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true socialism that runs parallel with communism.
Okay, but what is that like? So what do you remove from capitalism to achieve socialism then?
Oh, we can talk about that, but before I do, I just want to verify, do you disagree with the premise that capitalism doesn't compare to socialism?
I mean, yes. I mean, I think that socialism is the end state of capitalism because capitalism is just the incentive structure to bring innovations to the market that replace human labor. So once human labor,
imperialism is the end state of capitalism.
Well, human labor will no longer be necessary because of the innovations brought by capitalism. So capitalism is just the incentive to do that, right? If you offer someone $1 million to stand in a room for 5 days, they're going to be working their ass off to stand in that room for 5 days, but you're not going to motivate anyone under a socialist system to stand in the room for 5 days.
That's right? Not true. Here, let me give you so like people hate when I give this definition, but I think that it's always good to have some type of working point to let the people know at least where to start, and then you can get to where I'm trying to go. But to keep it pretty simple, socialism is where workers own the means of production, right? But in a true societal nature, like I said, communism and socialism run very parallel, and that's the end goal and the ultimate form of where I would like to see things go. But how about this? Can we just say that you disagree with the premise that socialism is superior to capitalism, or is there something else specifically that you disagree with that you want to talk about? Because I want to make sure that we actually have a disagreement so we can get into the debate.
Well, yeah. So when human labor is no longer necessary, that's where I think that we would distribute the ownership of production, since everything would be produced automatically, right? It would be an autonomous system that's, planting our seeds, tilling our land, growing our crops, doing this. Like it would all be automated. So then at that point, yes, we would distribute that ownership of all those goods to everyone.
Yeah, capitalism doesn't allow that. Capitalism doesn't allow that.
Possible.
Capitalism doesn't allow that. Capitalism would require the additional exploitation, and if we did make it to a stage where human labor exploitation is no longer needed, well, that just means that the overall proletariat are going to suffer even more, meaning that they're going to have less access, less resources, and less capital to actually be able to attain said products. So saying that if we make it to a place where we no longer need human labor, I think that I just learned about this term. It's called ultra capitalism or whatever. It's like a state where, or it's a supposed state where there's like a homogeneity across nations, and there's no war, and capitalism is centralized and all this other stuff. But like that's not how it works. But again, if we made it to a point where like human labor is no longer needed, it's just going to be even worse for the overall proletariat.
I guess under a socialist framework, how would the socialist framework deal with the inevitability of human labor not being necessary in the workforce? Because it is coming regardless. We're gonna have self-driving cars, AI is taking over. Like it's already coming. So within each system, what's the distinction between human labor not being necessary under socialism and human labor not being necessary under capitalism?
Yeah, what you would see then would still be certain protections put in, where people who actually are affected with the lack of resources due to the restriction of human labor, they continue to actually capitalize off of the growth of like the restriction of human labor. For example, if we're talking about, like, keep it simple socialism, and the AI boom, where we see like Amazon starting to increase and make more money and all this other stuff, then what would happen is we would see the everyday person being able to make proceeds off of the AI boom. So as companies grow, as innovation grows, as things start to make more money, then that money is redistributed amongst the people that work within the company and have a hand in it. So no one is overwhelmingly exploiting the actual progress and the gains of like AI and innovation. So you want, in a sense, like Amazon, Jeff Bezos wouldn't be the person making all the money off of Amazon. It would be everyone that works within the company.
Okay, so then so that would essentially be just a redistribution of wealth already. So that would look like, in a capitalist system, that would look like propositions from the government that have already been made, like universal basic income, as a stopgap measure as we approach this world where human labor is no longer necessary. So that's why I think that it's a convergent system.
Who actually proposed UBI within the United States government?
Like Andrew Yang is one of the more prominent figures.
Oh, he's not in the United States government. What actual politician that's within the United States government has even talked about UBI? I don't even think Bernie Sanders has talked about UBI.
Well, they've all talked about it. As far as whether or not they're going to run it, nobody's running on it specifically, because it would be
right,
current in the
specifically talked about it. Like I haven't heard one politician have a serious conversation at all about it. I mean, hell, I haven't even heard like politicians have a passing conversation about it.
I mean, I'm like my main example would be Andrew Yang, and like he was running. He has started his own political party, right?
Yeah, but he holds no political power, and he hasn't even been in office anywhere. So.
No, I know, but he's prominent enough that everyone knows him. Everyone's knows about his UBI policies. Everyone is aware of his political platform, and whether or not he gains traction is going to be a matter of the material conditions.
Would you say like Jesse Jackson actually had enough political capital where he could have actually instituted UBI?
No, I don't think UBI is something that you can institute artificially. I think what has to happen is that we start moving to such a massive production of wealth that doesn't require human labor. There's
multiple countries around the world that quote unquote artificially instituted UBI. So like that's not a true statement. But again, the question I have, Jesse Jackson, with the political capital that he had, do you think that he would have been able to institute UBI?
I think in America specifically, America is a unique entity on the global stage, and something like UBI in the current environment is so unpopular that nobody would be able to institute it right now. But as we develop with AI and like our productions become more automated, jobs become less necessary, I think we will see a natural shift in the political sphere towards a UBI, where people are going to be struggling to find jobs. What
about capitalism do you think is going to actually make the people who are winning capitalism want to agree with universal basic income? Because you do understand that like universal basic income is predicated on higher taxes on corporations and them paying like those supplemental prices. We've already instituted multiple tax cuts on big businesses, and billionaires get all these tax cuts, and hell, the Republican Party that's in power continues to actually bootlick and make sure that like they are weakening union laws. So like the individual can't even form a union to protect themselves. So like I'm confused as far as what about capitalism makes you think that anyone is going to just openly or outwardly just say, hey, we're making a bunch of money, so we need to give people universal basic income?
Yeah, well, outside of the the multi-billionaires who are already doing that, and like just out of the generosity of their disposition, they're already advocating for these things. Outside of that,
who?
I don't remember their specific names, but there are some like billionaires who are advocating for higher tax rates.
You keep saying any of this, but the only person that you've been able to give me anything close to advocating for this is Andrew Yang. Like I would love to know what billionaires are advocating for like UBI or increased corporate taxes. Like the only one that I could think of that I heard say, yes, we should be paying more in taxes, I think it was like Mark Cuban. But like Mark Cuban was saying that in a position when he was talking about like the actual
names don't really matter.
It does, because without you actually being able to validate any of this, it's just to trust me, bro. Like you're saying that this is happening and this isn't something that's
the reason their names don't matter is because I wasn't pointing to them. I was saying outside of them. So my point was never about them. So that's why they don't matter.
Yeah, I'm saying that there's no outside of them.
My actual point is that they all rich people throughout recognize the historical patterns of humans anytime that this kind of economic pressure has shifted too far against the general population. They recognize that it's a boiling pot that you have to release pressure, otherwise it's going to explode and take them out, because fundamentally everyone who is a quote-unquote billionaire is just a human, and humans will revolt against humans.
Yeah, so see, the issue with what you're saying though is that they're not the issue with what you're saying, they're not actually saying, you know what, let me redistribute some of this wealth so everyday Americans can continue to actually live. They're speed running capitalism, and you're seeing though, instead of those billionaires like wanted to actually ensure that people have the basic necessities to live, you see them doing things like building bunkers and trying to actually purchase land and space in like Saudi Arabia in order to create like their own little hideaway or getaway. Like that's why all these billionaires keep building bunkers, is because they're not planning on redistributing any of their wealth. They plan on hoarding it, and to the point where people, yes, will actually engage in revolution, and then they're going to try to stow away and keep themselves safe until revolution is quote unquote no longer an option. So you're just wrong. Like no one is out here, and there's no billionaire out here advocating to give back to the proletariat.
So you think that billionaires, they want to live their lives behind ironclad walls in bunkers. They don't want to engage with the community.
No.
They don't want to engage with the community. They don't want to go out and party. They don't want to experience the rich culture around them.
No.
Well, that's antithetical to basic human nature. Like we do want this. Even billionaires want these things.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They want to coalesce with other rich people, and they want to be stowed away from other people who are not like them. Like literally, they want to be able. That's why they have country clubs, and that's why they have country clubs. That's why they have private resorts. That's why you don't see Jeff Bezos hanging out downtown in Nashville or some shit like that. They don't want to just be out and about with the public. That's why they have massive security forces. That's why Elon Musk wears a vest everywhere he goes. Like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Where are you getting the information that they don't want to enjoy the vibrancy of life and the vibrancy of human connection and community? Like just because
they create a complete subculture where it's only them coalescing. Like take, for example, Jeff Bezos' wedding, right? What did he spend? $10 billion or some ridiculous fucking number on his wedding? And what he didn't have his wedding where anyone could actually like, gain access to it. He had it on like an island that he bought, right? Away from everyone else. And it was so exclusive. Like the fact that you're sitting here pretending like these ultra wealthy people want to live amongst us, that's like fucking mind blowing. They have no intentions of that. Why do you think like in California,
they look out at the landscape from their mansion on the hill, they don't want to see just a revolting industrial wasteland that people are starving in the streets. They don't want to see that. They want to see a vibrant thing.
Wait, they see it now. They just don't want it near them. Why do you think like when FIFA came to like the World Cup came to the US, there was no like initiative to actually help people that were unhoused? The initiative was to hide them. And so like these cities that were hosting World Cup games, instead of ensuring that people that are unhoused get like actual help and all this other stuff, they literally just moved them. They shipped them out of town. They moved them to other areas to ensure that people that were traveling into the US would not be able to see the people that we have unhoused living on the streets.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a matter of, basic economics and tourism, right?
No, and that's indicative of what the United States is and how we do things. Like your premise that for some reason these ultra wealthy people want to be amongst us, that's not true. They want to be around each other. That's why they have these exclusive country clubs and they have these exclusive places that they go. Hell, that's why there's so many like conspiracy theories around like this secret cabal of billionaires, is because they actually hang out with each other, and they barely hang out with each other.
And they don't want these country clubs to be attacked. They don't want their special islands to be invaded, right? Like they don't want the nice things that they enjoy going out and doing.
No, they don't. That's why they continue to actually fund like security companies like Palantir, that's creating a repository of Americans' information, so they can get ahead of being able to like capture, detain these people. Like that's why they completely lost their shit over Luigi Mangione, right? You would have thought Luigi Mangione was fucking Joker from the way that they've been treated him.
Yeah, no amount of like investments into security apparatuses are going to prevent the onslaught of an open revolt in the eventuality that when human labor is no longer necessary, they just go against distributing wealth here, right? There's no amount, so they would have to be constantly in fear, constantly paranoid, constantly in hiding. Even that
they are right now. Literally, they are right now. What are you talking about? Like literally, why do you think, again, Elon Musk, richest man on earth,
after them?
Elon Musk, richest man on earth. Why do you think that anytime that he goes out in public, he's wearing a bulletproof vest?
He's not actually afraid of paramilitant groups going after him. If he was, he wouldn't even go out at all.
What?
I mean, he's afraid of like the one crazy guy who might Charlie Kirk him, but he's not actually afraid of an active revolt and paramilitary groups in the United States going after him, because currently our environment that's not our environment. That's not his threat assessment.
Why do you think these billionaires are currently investing in paramilitary like forces to protect them, and then also funding companies like Palantir? Like why is everyone getting behind companies like Palantir and then also hiring their own personal military forces?
What does Palantir specifically do? Why are, and who's investing in it? Are a lot of people
you don't
investing?
Know who Palantir is?
Government investing? Is the U.S. government investing? What all do they do? What all does Palantir do?
A serious question. How do you think you can have this conversation about like their what they're preparing to do in their safety when you don't even know who Palantir is?
Because there's a lot of companies that do a lot of different things. There's a lot of
Palantir is one of the largest companies in the world.
The government mines all your data. Like, what do you like? It does. If you're saying Palantir does a data mining operation of some kind, that's taking your data.
They do way more.
Okay, well,
Palantir is one of the biggest defense. Palantir is one of the biggest defense companies in the world. They work with multiple governments. They're headed up by Peter Thiel. They've been responsible for like creating, drones, missiles, other military equipment, but also additional software. They created an actual software program for like facial recognition that they tested out in Gaza with the Palestinians that tracks their information. And then they created a parallel actual repository for ICE to use when documenting people facial structure within here in the US. And they also received a $10 billion government grant to actually blow out like and create a full repository within the US of all civilians. Like, it's so deep. What do you know about flock cameras?
I mean, this doesn't sound any different than any other surveillance.
What do you know about flock cameras?
Flock cameras?
Flock.
Is that just
yes.
a camera integrated with AI to do data like pattern recognition, or what do you?
Yeah, somewhat. It's the security camera system that's being used all over the US, and they're using flock cameras to do like geolocation and do like predictive crime information and analysis. And like there's a whole thing behind it, because there's been flock cameras that have been used, and now they're putting people at like scenes of crimes that they haven't been at and all this other stuff. But it all goes into the militarized state that is the United States. And like all of the billionaires are the ones that are pushing this, because again, all of this is going to ensure that they can hold on to their wealth for longer and hold off revolution. Like all of this is tied together, and it's not for the good of people. It's literally for the good of capitalism.
This is just basic. This is just basic AI development and like implementation that we're doing across the board for everything. And we're putting AI into weather predictive models, and like with complex world data models that are predicting weather patterns way ahead of time.
Wait, you think creating AI that has a repository that tracks all American citizens is just normal?
It's already been happening. We already have.
Think it's
everyone
normal?
Has a number. Everyone's already tracked. They've been tracked for decades. Like what? And all of our communications have been intercepted by like NSA. Like what? It's already happening, man. Every data point that you put into your open internet browser is being tracked and monetized and sold. Like everything has already been tracked. Everyone knows who you are already, right? Like,
mm-hmm.
This is just
that's not the point.
Like,
that's not
metrics.
The point that I'm making. I'm saying that the ultra wealthy are using these actual advancements to ensure that they can hold on to their wealth, because the wealth gap is increasing. Poverty is going up within the US. People are literally tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and now American citizens can't even live paycheck to paycheck anymore. The point that I'm trying to get to is that all of this stuff is happening. The point that I'm trying to get to is all of this stuff is happening because billionaires, the ultra wealthy, are looking to continue to enrich themselves, knowing that everyday Americans can't even live anymore.
What if they think that the implementation of these technologies is just going to reduce crime and thus save however many lives per year, right? How many people are unalive per year via violent crimes out in public that could have been prevented by having some kind of camera being like, hey, go ahead and try your public crime, but you will be caught no matter what.
Have you been keeping up with Have you been keeping up with the things that have been happening with AI?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with AI.
Did you see the story about the racist AI?
Racist AI? Is that just a language model, or what?
No, there was software that was created to help cipher through resumes, and they were used for assistance with like hiring. And the AI started filtering out any people that had any distinguishing things within their resume that would designate them as being Black or Indian. So like literally it was discriminating against candidates. Did you hear about that one?
Okay, so yeah, just a language model. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That's not AI, right? AI is just the ability to, aggregate mass amounts of data and then analyze it simultaneously and come to predictive.
Yes, a language model is still AI though. So why are you pretending like it's not? It's just a form of AI.
It's just a software model.
Yeah, but it's yes.
Utilizes AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What about this one? What about this one? Because I didn't get a chance. This is something that I was going to talk to about my with my chat, and so I'm so happy that we're here, guys. Lock in and buckle up for this one, in case you have not heard. OpenAI, AI's model went rogue during testing, triggering an unprecedented breach at startup. Let's see here. OpenAI says Tuesday that its an autonomous agent powered by its advanced artificial intelligence model went rogue during a security test and triggered a hack that compromised the infrastructure of AI startup Hugging Face last week. The ChatGPT creator was testing capabilities of some of the most advanced models in a controlled environment, but the agent escaped containment, reached the internet, and broke into Hugging Face to satisfy its testing goals. The incident signaled that AI's expanding capabilities are already fueling the security threats experts long feared, and even top developers can be caught off guard by flaws that their models can exploit. Hey, the AI is getting free and doing what they want to do.
Yeah, so what you just described is a severe security threat to all of our defense networks, everything, right? Like that's a huge, huge threat. So what is the only tool that we have available to defend against another nation state targeting us with those AI hacking tools and everything?
Similar AI hacking tools.
Okay, so then we
countermeasures with AI that would be able to detect it and stop it.
So then it would be a national defense imperative that we build out our AI infrastructure in order to have the capability to defend against another hyperscaling nation state like China, and weaponizing AI against our networks, right?
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
what's funny about that? Hold on a second. It also drew attention. Hold on, listen. You know what's funny about the statement you just made? Listen to this. It also drew attention as New York-based Hugging Faces said it used an open source Chinese model to contain the attack because leading U.S. models are unable to tell a defender from an attacker, refuse to process the data needed for analysts. So basically, the only reason that they were able to stop this OpenAI hack that broke out of the secure testing system is because they went towards a Chinese model that was more advanced that could actually stop it. They couldn't even use US software, US AI. They had to use Chinese AI in order to stop it.
Yeah, it's an extreme danger, right? Like if just imagine if it is the case like that, where that is indicative of our entire how AI is being integrated into the defense apparatus. If China is ahead of us in that department, then boy, do we need to accelerate the build out of AI data centers in order to defend against China. Yeah, I mean, it's huge. That alone, I mean, a lot of people talk about the downsides of AI, but just imagine the downsides of China being able to weaponize AI against us and turn off our lights at will. And we are always just a week away from anarchy. Turn off our lights, turn off our internet for a week, man. I mean, so yeah, we need more AI. I agree.
I think the thing that you're missing, and the point that I've been making throughout this entire thing, is the weaponization of resources is being hoarded by the ultra wealthy, the billionaires, in order to protect themselves, and then to exploit it at the expense of people. I think that's I want you to really engage with that. I want you to really engage with that point. The fact that if you take a look at the top 18 wealthiest people on earth, the top 18 wealthiest people on earth have about 70% of all the wealth on earth. So when I talk about the people that's developing these different AIs and advancements and the spending more on defense and everything, it's to continue to protect that 70% of wealth that they own, because it's increasing.
Well, the people that you're talking about, the billionaires, the top 7 hyperscalers in the United States, are the ones that are building this out. So it's the billionaires who are building our defense network against Chinese attacks, essentially, like against the Chinese AI infrastructure. So without them, without their expertise, which like they garnered because they were utilizing their expertise within a capitalist system in order to gain monetary compensation for their work and their development in this sphere, right? That's what got them to be the experts in the first place and got them so much money. And now that they have that money, they're using that money to build our AI infrastructure. So yeah.
Can you give me one billionaire that's actually? Can you give me one? Can you give me one billionaire that's actually using their money to help build our AI infrastructure for defense?
Yeah, Google.
Google is not an AI billionaire.
Corporations are entities, like they're considered US
I'm talking about billionaires. When I say the top 18 people, I'm not talking about like the FANG companies. I'm talking about literally people own it. Top 18 wealthiest people have 70% of the world's wealth. I'm not talking about, Google and Meta or, Amazon. I'm talking about Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. I'm talking about the actual people. Can you tell me what billionaire is using their money that they've made to invest in cybersecurity or AI or anything for the United States government?
Doesn't Jeff Bezos own Amazon?
Yes. What does that have to do with anything?
So if he's leveraging his asset, Amazon, because when you say billionaire just means what assets they own. It's not a liquid. It's not a liquid amount of money. So if he's leveraging his assets, which are Amazon, to build out the AI infrastructure, then that's a billionaire.
No, he's not. No. You first and foremost, that's not how that works. But secondly, the reason why Jeff Bezos is actually doing anything is because Amazon literally has a contract with the Department of Defense. So Jeff Bezos didn't willingly do anything. The only thing that he willingly did was donated to Donald Trump's transition fund and also the fund for the ballroom. And since he made those donations, then he's been rewarded with government contracts. And now, like, Amazon has multiple government contracts. And he had a meeting with Donald Trump to try to tell Trump that, like, oh, even with Elon Musk and SpaceX, that they needed to diverse and make sure that, they weren't just relying on like Starlink and SpaceX. But none of that was just like, oh, we're just going to invest in this. They literally it was a quid pro quo. They gave Trump money for his transition. They showed up to his inauguration. They gave money to the ballroom. And all of these, Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all of these billionaires that directly invested within the Republican Party and Donald Trump specifically, all of their companies have been awarded billion-dollar contracts. They've been open investigations around their companies have been squashed. They've been given complete carte blanche access to the United States government, the military, all of this other stuff. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you're just wrong.
Well, they already have these contracts under Democrat leadership too. Democrat leaderships haven't shied away from the partnering with private corporations for our defense, apparatus. I don't know why you would make a distinction there.
Yeah, I would make a distinction because while yes, these billionaire companies had government contracts. I would make a distinction because yes, while these billionaire companies had these government contracts before, there's been a coalescing of these contracts for anyone that's been directly donating. I'll give you a great example. Prior to Donald Trump taking office, when it came to the communications that was done through NASA, right? The communication contract was set up with Verizon, right? And as soon as Donald Trump took over, they canceled the actual contract with Verizon and gave that to Starlink, right? As soon as Trump took power, he canceled a contract that was already in place and said, I'm going to give it to the person who spent allegedly up to $300 million to get me reelected. So you're sitting here and pretending
you're referring to that as the reason, right?
I'm sorry?
You're making an inference that is the reason.
What other reason would you have for them to cancel a contract that they've already had in place, that was already being executed, that was already fruitful, to actually give a contract to an organization that already had contracts, and it's just now consolidating multiple contracts under them, giving them more control within our government?
Elon's platform, specifically Starlink, is a better and more efficient routing protocol for the types of communications that we want in our government. Yeah, no, so they are the number one player in near Earth orbit satellite.
Yeah, they are. But what other countries do they have contracts with?
Do it. Yeah.
What other countries does Starlink have contracts with?
Else who wants to utilize that routing system?
China, Russia, Iran. That doesn't open the United States up to direct threats to our enemies when we're using the exact same satellite defense system that other countries that are like literally our quote unquote enemies are using, especially when it comes to, you know, countries that have sophisticated hackers like China, like Iran.
Always been doing that. China utilizes, like, most of Chinese traffic routes through America too, and our traffic routes through them. We've always been using the exact same infrastructure that they are. It's the reason that our data is, you know, quote unquote protected is through encryption, right? Even though it's passing, and China they actively collect our data, even though it is encrypted, because they hoard it and they store it. In the eventuality that they have a method of breaking that encryption and taking our state secrets, right? So the idea is that our encryption is good enough that they can't do that. But with the advent of quantum computing and AI, that's becoming more of a risk, actually, so that they could actually break through these things.
Yeah, give me a second. You're wrong. So China used Verizon. No, I'm sorry, version. Oh, hold on. Sorry, it corrected this.
And they used the same telecommunication company that we use?
China's never used Verizon. China developed they developed and used their own.
Backbone that we use?
No, they use other systems rather than using Verizon, and specifically they developed their own. It's called Tantong GEO and BU DAO navigation, and they use that prior to Starlink. So no, but when in the United States, the fact that the United States and China both transition over to Starlink together, like, that's what I'm talking about. That's the actual risk that I'm talking about. So you're just, again, you're saying a bunch of shit and you're just wrong with all the stuff that you're saying.
You're talking about different things. So you realize that both nations, we have been actively routing, like, internet traffic up to satellites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that both nations have satellites up there that collect that routed traffic from the other nation. So we are collecting their traffic, they are collecting our traffic, right?
Sure. No. Wait. No. Individual satellite. I mean, individual companies have individual satellites, so there's no collection of that with those actual satellites. That's not how it works.
Anytime you shoot a signal up into the sky and have it touch a satellite, another satellite can intercept that signal.
Okay, so but you're talking about you're talking about stealing it, not actually collecting it. See, that's different. You're making it seem as if we're sending it's being sent over and like it's sharing the information versus people actually stealing the information.
I'm saying that we use this, it's the infrastructure. What we're doing is we're sending a signal up there, and they have an ability to collect that signal and store it. And it's the same thing when we route any internet traffic, anything that crosses an ocean line, anything that's routed through the open internet that is encompassing our whole world. they have the ability to capture that traffic. So it doesn't matter if we route our signals through the same Starlink system, because our data is going to be protected the same way as it always has been. It's still going to be encrypted the same way.
That's literally not true. That's literally not true. There's a difference between them being able to try to intercept and then decode it because they're on different satellite systems versus sharing the same satellite system, having the in, and then can create a backdoor to hack any type of encryption. Those are two separate things. Those are two separate things. Like literally having direct access to that satellite system is different than having to pick up with other satellites that they're using. You're just strong and wrong. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, but you're speaking with so much confidence without knowing anything.
Anyone can attempt to create a backdoor in any system. Like anytime that we have any routers, right? Everyone has a router in their home, right? Oh, where was that router made? Was that router made in China, perhaps? And
give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hey, Bone Slice, shut the fuck up and get up here. If he knows more than me, you come up here and prove it, because he hasn't said shit that's been right yet. If you're saying that, oh, you love it when a guest knows more than the host, then you got the wrong fucking live, because he hasn't said anything that's right. He literally fucking either he lied or didn't know the shit that we've been talking about, and I just fact checked him on it. As a matter of fact, give me a source on the shit that you're saying.
Are you talking about me or Bell?
Yep, you.
A source on like the physics of signals getting sent to the atmosphere?
Give me a source that proves that it's comparable with the ability to backdoor an encryption, having different satellites as it is with sharing a satellite.
Well, I don't think you've demonstrated that they have the ability to backdoor anything within Elon's Starlink system. So why would what do I need to provide a source for when you haven't demonstrated?
You've already accepted that. You literally already accepted that. No, what are you talking about? You did accept that. You did accept that when you started talking about when you said.
I did not accept that them being a customer.
You literally accepted that. No. Stop. You accepted that. Wait, stop. You accepted that when you said that it would be the same way as they already do it. You said that. You said it's the same thing that they already do. That's why it's encrypted. You've already accepted that. So are you trying to say that there's no actual security hacks, that that's just not a thing with cybersecurity?
No, you said that they, by being a customer of Starlink, that enables them to have some unique ability and unique, backdoor access to get our stuff. You made that claim. You didn't demonstrate that that's true. I never agreed with that claim. I just said that we hacking actively happens between nation states all the time, and collection of their data transmitted up to satellites and through the open internet, and collection of that by the nation states happens all the time already, and that the way that we guard that information is through our encryption standards. But I don't know where you came up with this backdoor idea. You just kind of made that up out of nowhere, and I didn't make shit up.
I didn't make shit up. This is a story that was written by the Guardian, that is directly from Cambridge Empowerment for International Peace, that talks about Starlink and the actual security threats. The title is Starlink in Yemen, Security Threat or Opportunity. And it talks about the multitude of governments that actually currently use Starlink, which includes Yemen now, Russia, South Africa, Iran, China, India, and the US. And then it talks about the opportunity that it gives with Starlink, but it also talks about the exploitation of weakness. And even when it comes to the concerns and speculation, it talks about the telecommunication sector as a tool in conflict zones. And then it also talks about that all parties involved in the conflict treat telecommunications as a strategic asset and using it to weaponize and bargaining chip as their power struggles. Right. So this talks about how current governmental systems use it, how their intelligence is using it to actually try to gain access to the other governments. So this literally talks about the actual threats that are currently in place, how they're capitalizing on it, and the other things that are happening. But there's also multiple actual sources talking about how Iran has been bypassing local regulations. They've been using geopolitical vulnerabilities, like they've targeted specific network weaknesses. Like there's even information that's listed here from the United States Agency for International Development that talks about the risk of using Starlink. Like even the own, and this was published on August the 11th, 2025. This was published. On. I'm going to finish my sentence. This was published on August the 11th, 2025. This is Donald Trump's U.S. Agency for International Development that's even calling out the risk of using Starlink and the fact that there's multiple countries doing the same thing. So I've established that this is absolutely a security threat. This is something that's happening. Now I need you to give me a source. I've given you multiple sources. I've told you the titles. I've told you the dates. Give me one source that tells me that having separate satellite systems, that the actual chance of breaking an encryption is the same versus sharing a satellite system, which multiple sources have actually talked about. Also, there's one from pa.org.za, which is the People Assembly website, and they talk about national security dangers of Starlink. This is specifically from India as well. So even these countries that are using Starlink have been talking about the issues and security threats for using Starlink.
Okay, so you're quoting a Guardian article, and they have speculation on the vulnerabilities of the technology. Similarly,
I quoted a Guardian article. Wait! Don't try to Don't try to misconstrue what I did. I quoted a Guardian article that was reporting on a study that was completed. Don't play on my face. I told you that. I said this is from the Guardian, and they're specifically. Let me get back here. This is from the Guardian, and they're specifically looking at information from Cambridge Endowment for the International Cambridge Endowment for International Peace. Literally, they did a study on it when it comes to Yemen, and then their introduction to Starlink. So stop playing.
What agency actually deals with the security of our signals in the United States?
Multiple agencies.
Is there one specific signals agency that you might be able to point to?
And I don't understand why that matters. I just need you to prove what you said. I've already proven what I said. I need you to prove what you said.
The answer would be NSA.
Okay, fine. I don't care. I just still need you to prove what you said because I've proven what I said.
Does the article have
right here, right fucking here. I've already proven what I've said. I've already proven what I've said. There's multiple sources from multiple countries that are currently using Starlink that's calling out the direct threat for international security and encryption hacking due to sharing Starlink across these different countries. I've cited sources from Yemen. I've cited sources from India. I've cited sources from the United States. I'm like, hell, there's another one right here from China as well. I've cited all of these countries that are specifically calling out the direct threat for sharing access via Starlink. Now, I need you to give me a source.
And you can find equal sources about voting machines too.
I don't care. You're not talking about voting machines. Stop pivoting.
About the same thing.
I don't care about voting machines. Hey. I don't give a fuck about you trying to run. Hey, stop trying to run. You're literally trying to run now. Stop it. You actually said that I didn't give you a source proving that there was more of a threat by sharing Starlink. You played in my face after you already accepted it. And so I went and got you multiple sources from multiple countries who are all saying the same thing. Now I need you to give me your source that proves the risk to those countries are the same, even if they were sharing separate satellite systems, even if they were using something different.
your source is not an authority on the matter. Unless you bring me an authoritative source, it's a rejected source.
I'm telling you, if you don't stop it. I've given you multiple sources. You have no, I've given you multiple sources. You haven't actually, no, I've given you multiple sources from multiple countries. I'm telling you, if you are sitting here and you won't provide your source at all, even after I gave you sources, you haven't stopped to look at them. But if you don't give your source, I'm telling you, it's just a concession. I'm going to kick you and move on because now you're fucking playing in my face.
You said China thought it was a security risk, and China's the one signing up for it? Like, what are you talking? This is not an authoritative source. What you're doing is you're running away. You're trying to demand a source to what is logically true. I've given you just the true physics of.
I don't give a fuck about your logic. You don't know physics, and I didn't say China was the definitive source. I said there's multiple governments who have completed an actual analysis on what it looks like to share Starlink with other governments, and all of them cited as a risk. You sat there and played and said, oh, it's China, but I cited Yemen, I cited India, I cited China, and I cited the United States of America. You specifically tried to pick out China, and you're doing this because you know I fucking got you caught in a lie. And so now you're pretending as if I didn't give you a source when I'm telling you there's multiple sources from multiple countries because you don't want to actually give your source because you got fucking caught in a lie. Now I want your source. I want your source or I want a concession. I don't care which one. When you come off of mute, either I need your source or I need a concession. I don't give a fuck. As a matter of fact, take a moment. I'm going to thank a couple of people and I'll give you a moment to find a source or either put together a concession. I don't give a fuck. W's in the chat for Activista. Activista sent a $2 super chat. I miss you guys as well. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that. W's in the chat for Activista, who is sent another $5 super chat to say, dude has never even, dude has never seen even the minimally wealthy hanging out. I'm still fucking talking. I know you hear me talking and thanking the donors. Like, stop fucking playing. Dude has never seen the minimally wealthy hanging out. I have, and it's literally within gated fences with very limited access. Like, facts. Like, it's just a bunch of bullshit. W's in the chat for JB for the $5 super chat to say, Santana, tell this donut when human labor is no longer necessary, we will no longer be necessary. Facts. Like, that's the point that I've been trying to get across this entire time, and he's pretending like he doesn't understand. 1 second here. Sorry, guys. Debbie's in the chat for over on Twitch. Holy shit. Where are we? Lotus resubscribed for 5 months over on Twitch. Lana sent 1,000 bits to say, I'm having a song craving. Please help. I got you. W's in the chat for the hype train. W's in the chat for Jazzy for the 3 bits. W's in the chat for One Mighty Pen, who sent out 5 subscriptions. We hit 50% of our sub goal. W's in the chat for Lana, who sent out 5 subscriptions. W's in the chat for Twitch. You guys are fucking amazing. As far as donos, W's in the chat for Joshua for the 5. Oh, Lost Lonnie on YouTube. They want, but they can't. Oh, yeah, no, they can't fuck with us. W's in the chat for Fashi for the $4 donation. Yeah, I did see 87. I have that set for sheet so I can talk about it. We're going to get into the fact that Trump is actually trying to actually spend more on the military. It's fucking crazy. W's in the chat for Jaden. What up, Jaden? For the $10 donation. Good morning, bro. Happy to see you back. Finally able to donate again after a bit. Gonna start moving soon, so I'll be watching. But this is the dono to catch up because the labor/education isn't free. You deserve it, bro. Hey, listen, I appreciate the hell out of you, Jaden. Glad to see you back. Congratulations on the move. And listen, thank you for looking out. W's in the chat for Jason for the $5 donation saying, I owe you and management a drink at the Greek bar next time you're in Vegas for the difference you're making with the 2 of my clients. Listen, I'm with it. We fucking love Vegas. W's in the chat for Sophia for the $2 donation. Yeah, no, listen, Sophia, you're absolutely right. The actual predictive models that they said they're using with weather, it's been dog shit. That's why we've been having so many types of issues. And then follow up with a $1 donation. Yeah, there's complete differences, especially when you talk about like the actual frequencies. You're fucking right, completely right. W's in the chat for Stephanie for the one. I'm glad to be back, Stephanie. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Melissa for the one. Yeah, all of them have the same allergy. Like literally, they all do. And last but not least, W's in the chat for Jared for the one. Ooh. Yeah, like Jared, I'm telling you, there's multiple countries with multiple, and now Australia is talking about the same thing. W's in the chat for Jared. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and a link to in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Keep tapping the screen, share the live. Let's go ahead and get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up to 200,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the finger hearts? That's the daily gift goal. Last but not least, if you look up at the top, and you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. We're on our way to 200,000 followers. We're like less than 70,000 followers away. So please, please, please hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live all the time. Please and thank you. Last but not least, only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. All right, you got that source for me or you got that concession? Which one do you have?
Yeah, I have a source that says China's banning the use of Starlink because they're afraid of it.
Okay, what does that have to do with the source that you what was your claim?
How are we vulnerable to Chinese backdoors and Starlink if they're banning?
What was your claim?
Because they're afraid that we're going to use it against them.
What was your claim?
What is your point? What is your point?
No, I didn't say anything about a point. I need you to, hey, stop being disingenuous. What was your claim?
My claim is that Starlink is being banned by China.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Stop. You're being disingenuous and dishonest as fuck. And if you're just gonna sit here and lie, then there's no point in me talking to you anymore. Like, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Okay. Now you're just flat out lying. What was your claim?
Why are you trying to run away so hard? Why are you trying to run away so hard?
You just fucking lied. Like, directly lied.
My claim was that my claim was that I disagreed with your assertion that China is creating some kind of backdoor in our Starlink.
Yes, I disagreed with that assertion. And the reason why you said, what did you say why? What did you say why?
The reason was that you didn't provide evidence.
No, you said, stop. I'm just going to tell you, and I need you to be honest. Because now you're sitting and playing as if I don't remember what source you were looking for. You were supposed to be finding the source because your contention was you were supposed to be finding the source because your contention was that the ability to get through a backdoor encryption was the same no matter if they were sharing the satellite models or not, because you said there's satellites already up in the sky. When you shoot a signal and put it in the sky, you said they quote unquote collect it. I had to correct you and say that's stealing it because it wasn't just going to that satellite and it was just there. And there's a difference between it going up in the sky and them stealing the actual information based off of the signal versus it being in the same place and them finding a backdoor through it. So you were supposed to be finding a source that stated that them using Starlink would be the same level or risk threat as it is with using other satellites because there's no difference with having the coalesced information sharing an actual satellite system. Now, I need you to give me a source. I don't care about you disagreeing with my I don't care about you disagreeing with my assertion. I need you stop it. I don't care about you disagreeing with my assertion. I've already given you the information from multiple countries. Now, either you give me a source or you give me a concession, or if you go back to the same bullshit that you've been saying, I'm going to kick you because that is a concession. If you are going to sit here and lie and pretend as if you are not, like you're not saying what you said, then you're fucking dishonest and there's no point in me talking to you anymore. Like I'm dead ass serious. If you come back and you try the same bullshit again, I'm telling you, you're being a coward, you're running, you're conceding, and I will kick you. Now, the question I have is, do you have a source? Do you have a source? Do you have a concession?
You're pretending you said things you didn't say. You're pretending you said things you didn't say. Why are you lying to me?
Do you have a source? Do you have a concession? What are you doing?
You're changing your information. You're lying to me. Quit lying to me, man.
Okay,
fucking with him. You're
conceding. You're conceding, and you lose. He fucking conceded because he ran from it, and so he lost. I clearly articulated that if you did the same thing again, you were going to get kicked because you were conceding. This donut right here says Santana loves kicking when he's losing. User, whatever the fuck your name is, you look at you on your troll account. You're here. You got 0 followers, and the only person you're following is me. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I kick people because him being fucking disingenuous after I gave 4 different sources and I told him that either he needs to give a source or he's getting kicked. Anthony said, rare guest W. Come up and tell me about it, Bubba. I can't send you a request to come up. You come up and tell me about it, Anthony. Rare guest W. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. No one? No one? Yeah, fuck you, trolls. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. If you'd like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links, and a link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Yeah, let's reset this. I think that like that's so fucking disingenuous for him to pretend as if like he didn't make this outrageous claim and I verified the shit that he said was wrong, and for him to run and pretend, oh, I found the source that said that Starlink is no longer working. I mean, China's no longer working with Starlink because of security threats. I fucking said that. I literally fucking said that. Anyway, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. He said, yeah, exactly. Fuck out of here. He was absolutely insufferable. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and you would like to debate me, you can. All you have to do is click the links that that's pinned. You do not have to leave where you are. You can just actually click that link. You can actually just click that link. We are here to talk about the fact that the United States of America is a joke. We're a joke on the global stage. We're a joke on the global stage for a couple of different reasons. First and foremost, capitalism is a failure and socialism is far superior. Not even close. Not even close. Number 2, DemSocks, Democratic Socialists, are up. I'm telling you, when I tell you that the Trump administration is absolutely fear-mongering when it comes to DemSocks, like they are on it. It's the wildest shit ever. White people embrace white supremacy. It's getting worse, guys. It's getting worse. Like, I don't know what's happening. It feels like that we're regressing as a country, and the comfortability that certain white people continue to look for, it's super interesting. It's super interesting. And instead of actually dealing with it, they would much rather run to their cubby holes and say that I want to be comfortable, so I'm just going to reject what you're saying. Or even more so, they just lean into it. Like, that's fucking wild. But it's what's happening. It's where we are now. So when it comes to cutting the global power, we need to reduce the United States military. And when I say reduce the United States military, we need to cut the actual, we need to cut the military budget. We need to pull the United States presence. If you guys didn't hear, the actual, the proposed budget, right, that has officially passed the House, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Let me get this up. So they're looking to pass an extension on the United States military budget, and it passed the House, right? And it will increase the United States military budget to $1.15 trillion, right? But that's not even the craziest part. Would you guys like to know who this $1.15 trillion who's going to be dedicated to? Because I know you would hear me talking about the United States Congress passing a $1.15 trillion or $15 trillion military budget, and you think that, oh, this is going to the United States of America. Nope. Guess what other country is going to benefit the United States government passing this? Yep. Fucking Israel. Israel, with this passing of this legislation, their government, the supply chain, is now going to be interlocked with the United States government. And this is after multiple United States politicians have voted to try to ensure that the United States government continues to share information and access with Israel. We are tying our supply chain to Israel and their supply chain. We're literally connecting and integrating the United States government even more, which is fucking wild when you think about like the fact that the IDF has even come to the US and did training for certain police organizations. It's all connected. It's fucking wild. And for some reason, you guys want to continue to prop up and pump money into the United States military. And Pete Hegseth is screaming that this is necessary. Saying that this is necessary, right? It's absolutely insane. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. And FYI, if you guys didn't see this, Pete Hegseth was actually testifying in front of Congress and talking about the costs that has been spent when it comes to the war with Iran. Apparently, it's almost $38 billion that have been spent, and they're requesting more money. So we've already spent $38 billion to get our teeth kicked in, and now they're requesting more money. Are you opposed to Israel? Yes, I am. Israel is a terrorist state. Bibi Netanyahu is a war criminal, and free Palestine until it's backwards. I'm logical as fuck. That's why, yes, I absolutely oppose Israel. So, wait, what did you say? For one, we're not losing, so don't know where you're getting. Oh, you think nobody? You think we're not losing? Cool. Nobody, come up here and tell me about it. I'm gonna mute you, bub. Boom. Get up here and tell me how we're not getting our teeth kicked in, because we literally are getting our teeth kicked in. That's why they're searching for more
where's
money.
Your evidence? Quit yapping and show me your evidence.
Yeah, it's the fact that the United States said that, one, this was going to be done in what, 4 to 6 weeks, and it's been
That's
months.
not evidence, sir.
That's
not evidence.
Can I finish?
Can I finish? You're yapping.
Yeah, can I finish?
You're yapping.
So,
you're
yapping. Like I said, if you're going to have a lack of impulse control, then I'm going to put a bink in your mouth.
You're literally stalling when I'm asking a question.
One, the United States government said this was going to be a 4 to 6 weeks operation, but we have continued to do this for months. Two, Iran now has more concessions than it had prior to us engaging in this conflict, which includes complete control of the Strait of Hormuz. Three, the United States has spent billions of dollars to fight a war that has cost Iran millions of dollars, and at the same time has deplenished our military stockpile. This is one of the gravest and biggest concerns of all of the people within the government, including General Kane, Raising Kane, which is a Donald Trump appointee, and his biggest worry was that we had a depleted stockpile which will take 3 to 5 years to actually replenish. And now we continue to engage in a war, and we're begging these actual military defense companies to create more weaponry. Number four, the price of oil per barrel continues to rise. It just went over $100 per barrel again, first time in 2 months. Number five, oh, fuck out of here. Guys, keep power tapping. Apparently somebody's super sensitive, but it's fine. We're here. Anyway, number five, you take a look at the fact that even when we did have the MOU in place, the 14-point agreement, all of the 14 points were beneficial to Iran in every single way, including them already getting billions of dollars unfrozen Number 6, Donald Trump continues to threaten and even commit war crimes, including bombing bridges and power plants, because he has no other recourse. And number 6, the fact that Pete Hegseth had to go in front of Congress and beg for more money because they're out of money and they need to continue to try to fight. Those are multiple indicators that the fact that we've gotten our teeth kicked in because we have not been able to close the deal like we said we did after Donald Trump lied and said everything was completely obliterated, including their military, but yet they still continue to need to fight.
So that's not evidence, just a bunch of meta that you have not produced any cited sources to provide.
Sure. Which point do you want me to provide a source for?
Well, let's start with phase 1. Okay, so we know that this is an ongoing. Obviously, it doesn't matter what people say and how media loves to misquote Trump. It's irrelevant. So I would say probably the first 3, possibly 4. You know, okay, I don't want to touch much on
one at a time. Can you be
oil because
what you want a source for?
Is listening comprehension not your strong suit? I said the first 4.
I said let's go one at a time. Tell me the first thing you want a source for.
Yeah, your second point.
What are my second points? I don't remember. Tell me specifically what you want to source.
Well, your first point says that we're getting our teeth kicked in. None again, and your 8-point lecture, you didn't provide anything of substance that we're actually losing. So therefore, getting your teeth kicked in.
The teeth kicked in was an overarching statement. I thought the first point would have been the fact that they said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks, and now it's been months. So are you calling that the second point? And so are you saying that you want proof that they stated it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks and it's been months?
I want proof that we're getting our teeth kicked in. That's what I want.
Yeah, again,
because that right there will provide evidence for all 8 points.
Yeah, the actual proof are the 8 points that I actually spoke to. So again, are you saying
you brought up meta? That doesn't tell me and convince me.
I've told you the factors that actually lead to us getting our teeth kicked in. Now tell me which point you want proof for.
Okay, so for clear definition, what is your definition of getting our teeth kicked in?
Yeah, it's the fact that we have lost on multiple fronts with different indicators, which includes the amount of money.
So we're losing is basically what you're saying.
I'm going to finish my sentence. You asked me a question and I'm answering.
Well, I don't need all the bullshit behind it.
I don't care. I'm still going to, that's fine. I'm going to answer your question. The actual point of getting our teeth kicked in is related to the multiple indicators that we are losing, which of course includes the fact that we're spending more money on the war that's outpacing the level of engagement, i.e. what we spend on military equipment, billions, versus what they spend on military equipment, millions. Number 2, it's the fact that Iran is in a better position than they were prior to this conflict. Multiple sanctions that were removed, the ability for them to sell their oil, and also the fact that they were given billions of dollars from the Trump administration when the MOU was signed. Number 3, the fact that now the cost of living has increased, including the price of oil per barrel, which has seen an increase of fuel costs across the United States and across the world. What was that, number 3 or 4? I don't remember which point that was. But
okay, how much is that?
Things.
What is there? Okay, let's touch on that. And I'm glad you brought that up in regards to these sanctions. Can you tell me how much? Because it's because obviously there's a communicational misunderstanding there. Can you tell me how much? We'll say, and this is a hypothetical number, say 50 billion is in their currency. Can you tell me how much that is?
I'm confused why that matters.
Because here in the States and the rest of the world, they don't recognize our currency. Just like if you go to Venezuela, it's a completely different kind of currency, even though it's still recognized.
What?
It's completely different. So it's
hey,
yeah,
nobody,
you know works,
nobody. Right? What's the centralized currency of the world?
Why can't you look it up?
What's the centralized currency of the world?
It's not the dollar. I promise you that.
Where the fuck are you getting this from?
Yeah, if you look up their currency and how much it would be in that said billions, it's not what you think it is.
You fucking donut. Yes, it is. The fact is, yes,
it's not.
Yes,
look it up. Are you are you a coward where you can't actually look it up?
You go give me a source. You go on your own wild goose chase.
Yeah, look up how much.
No, give me a title and give me a source. The way you give me a title and a source is you say, "Oh, this is the New York Times. The title is blah 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 blah." And now, while you
so
do
I
that,
have to give you, I have to give you a states. I have to give you a state source. I can't give you an outside source.
I don't
is that
care
what
the source is. I was giving you an example. Just go get your source.
If you go to Iran Gov, if you go to their government site, it will tell you exactly how much they're getting. It's not.
I don't care about you saying just go to this place. I want you to go grab your source and tell me what it is. While you do that,
No. You have failed to give me.
While you go grab your source, I'm going to finish proving my point and saying what I'm saying. The United States, the USD, is the actual centralized currency that is used and traded around the world. Now, when it comes to other countries, of course, they have their own currency, but the USD has been the centralized source of currency across the globe. And that's how it works with global superpowers. Prior to the United States of America, the global superpower was the USSR, and their currency was the actual centralized currency. Before that, it was Great Britain, and their currency was the centralized currency. That's how it works. It's an agreed upon currency by multiple nations to actually trade and exchange in whatever that centralized currency is. Currently, it's USD. And that's why Iran actually got paid out those billions of dollars in USD. Still waiting for your source.
Yeah, I've already gave my source.
What's the source and title?
The Iranian government.
What's the source and title?
Their website.
What's the source? Okay, again, I'll give you an example. This is an actual source that I was looking at. This is a source. This is a source that I was looking at earlier when I was speaking to the other guy. So it's the U.S. Agency for International Development, which is oig.usa.gov. And the title is USAID did not fully mitigate the risk of misuse of the Starlink. So that's how you give a source.
USA. You're using the Western Hemisphere.
I'm literally just telling you an example. I didn't use anything. I want you to give me the source.
Something different.
Give me the source, crybaby.
You're the one that's squalling. You're the one that's crying.
You built your source, crybaby.
Nobody's who's crying.
You. You're being a snowflake.
You're literally crying because Trump won the.
You're being a snowflake. Give me your source.
I already gave my source.
You didn't. Go to their website. It's not a source.
Go to the
okay, then you go to their website and give me the direct source, you donut.
I just gave you the source and you can't type it in?
Didn't.
Are you that fucking stupid, my dude?
No, it's you. You saying go to their website is not a source. It's fine. I'm going to put you on mute and thank a couple of people and give you time to go get it. W's in the chat for Alex for the $3 donation. Yeah, not a bit wrong, Alex. He was a lot wrong about how communications work. He just didn't know shit. Like, that's what we're talking about. W's in the chat for Juanetta for the one. I can't see what it says. I'm going to have to go back in and check and see to try to figure out what you said. I couldn't see it. Sorry. That was in chat for J Hops for the 5. The ban on Starlink being shipped abroad and makes people use China's network. Yeah. Followed by another 5 said, and that doesn't just apply to Chinese ships. I mean, I think you mean chips. It's it and the chips entering. Oh, ships. You are talking about ships. Ships entering the China water. The state. They state that SETCOM service providers need to go through legal approvals to operate in China. Guess his headline hoochie. Like, his source was dog shit. W's in the chat for Harrison for the $10 donation saying, just got off work. Do you have any advice on how to deal with a coworker who is far right? Have a good day. So Harrison, I think that may be a little bit difficult because this is a coworker. I wouldn't want to, give you any advice that may put your way of living in jeopardy. I would say, just maybe distance yourself from that person, because if they have like far right extremist ideology and anything that I can tell you might actually put you in a bad position, and I would never want to do that. I'm sorry. Deb's in the chat though. Thank you so much for the 5. Deb's in the chat for Sophia for the 5. Hey Santana, in your opinion, how can we as white people work to undermine white supremacy and harvest of privilege? How can one best educate themselves in doing so? Black labor as well as education isn't free. Deb's in the chat for you. First and foremost, educate yourself. Right. If you want to be someone that's accomplished, you have to understand not only how these things work, but you have to understand these systems that we actually live in, how it negatively affects marginalized communities. And then you have to actually work to use your privilege, whatever that may be, to protect and uplift other voices. You have to actually center those voices that have been marginalized. Specifically for me, it's been like, I make sure that I put a heavy focus on centering Black women voices because they have been underrepresented throughout the history of our society. So like, that's how you do it. W's in the chat for Angela for the $5 donation, saying he believes that 1 billion Iranian rule dollars means we're only paying 24,000 US dollars. Ain't no fucking way he actually believes that. W's in the chat for the root for the $4.99 super chat to say we should talk about signals and circuits. A lot of pagan symbols use and devices that use electricity and data transfer. Something to note of history. Oh, I'll check that out. That's actually interesting. I'll definitely check that out. That's super interesting. W's in the chat for Feisty, who sent out a YouTube subscription, and W's in the chat for Daniel for the $9.99 super chat to say thank you for introducing me to Ari for education. Remember, chat, Black labor isn't free. Thank you for helping deconstruct Santana. W's in the chat for you, Daniel. Thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. And yes, Black people labor is not free. And if you like to support, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks for You. Santana Speaks for You is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 250,000 likes. Also, can we knock out the Let Them Cooks, please? Please, please, please. Last but not least, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. We only got 51 new followers on the stream. I know for a fact that we have more than 51 people that have not followed me yet. So please hit that follow button, turn on notifications so you know when we go live. We go live all the time. Please, please, please. Last but not least, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. All right, nobody, you got that source?
I've got several. Okay, so according to Forex/FX, the global currency market, I will grant you it is the
Forex.
Let me build the case before I actually disclose anything.
No.
So it is the world's.
I just want the title and the source, and then we can look at it together.
Well, no, I'm showing you that you are correct. Hold on the USDA is the top trading currencies of. Then this is how it's recognized. Hold on. So you could go to that website. You can also go to Al Jazeera, which is going to actually show you exactly what I'm referring to. So, in regards to U.S. foreign global. Well, I'm not done yet. So hold on.
You don't have to be done to give me the actual
euro.
Wait.
The top ones are euro, the US dollar.
Stop it. You don't have to be done. Stop it. You're being disingenuous. You don't have to be done to give me the title of the source. If you're reading off the source, that's fine. I want to be able to see what you're reading. Why is it that you're worried that I'm going to be able to read what you're saying? Okay, so give me the one for Al Jazeera that you're talking about. What's the title?
Okay, so I'll touch that one in just a second. That's the reason why I said
already on that. What's the title?
No, I wasn't. No, I was not. I was on.
That's fine. I don't care what. I don't care what source you actually give me. I just want the source before you start talking about it, so I can put it on the screen and we can look at it together. So stop trying to read stuff off and saying, I'll give it to you after I read it off. No, I want the source so I can put it on the screen and we're going to read it together as you go through it. So what's the title and what's the source?
Okay, so to go to type in global market currencies. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at this AI overview, which has going to be
we're not looking at whatever AI overviews.
Exactly.
And the actual.
What actually cites the source?
Then give me the source, not the AI overview.
Are you? Well, I was trying to disclose the argument before you interrupted because what I'm doing is I'm showing you that Iran
source.
Iran. Okay, says okay. So Al Jazeera. Okay, hold on just a second. I'll give you the Al Jazeera.
Sure.
Because obviously you can't. Obviously you don't want the actual to prove
no,
that you're
I don't
actually
want
right.
AI
So,
over. I don't care about that, and I already knew I was right. I want your source that we're looking at.
yes, it's okay. Yeah, Yahoo Finance Australia. What that right there shows you is
What's the
Iran
title?
is not.
What's the title?
Hold on just a second, I'll pop it up. It's au.finance.yahoo.com. It says no, Iran is not integrated into the global currency. I just told you what it was.
You gave me the actual source, which is Yahoo Finance Australia. What's the title that you see at the top of the source?
U.S. dollar hits record high in Iran
US dollar,
as riot weakens.
U.S. dollar hits record high.
Record high in Iran.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second.
Okay, so it says, no, Iran is not integrated to the global currency or mainstream international banking systems. So therefore, no, they have not integrated into your whole little bullshit scheme because they are sure. Well, you said earlier the USDA is the mainstream, which I'm agreeing with, yes, because they hits on 5 topics.
USDA is the main, the centralized currency of the world, and they receive the money in USD.
Sure, but they's not recognized in the global system, so it's going by how much their currency is actually worth. For example,
where are you reading
if you
it?
take $5,
which part are you reading?
If they're not a part of the global, banking system within itself, then by default they have to go by theirs, which is not going to be that much.
This article are you actually reading? I'm putting it on the screen now. I want to see which part are you referring to. Oh, sorry, 1 second, wrong one.
It's July 18th, 2026.
Yep, this is your article from 5 days ago. All right, where are you reading?
Well, I'm using, U.S. hits record highs, Iran riot hits into Tehran's free market on Saturday, surpassing 149 million rials as monetary military. Okay, so the point is, now again, I'm using several sources here. I clearly said that. But
no.
So if hold on.
Did you just try to give me a source so you could go back and then read from AI overview?
No.
You literally did. So tell me where in your source that is proving what you're saying.
Iran is not on the fucking global market like you claimed it was.
Tell me
your whole
where in your source it says this, and that wasn't the source is on the screen. We're literally looking at it on the screen.
Yes, did you not hear what I just said, my dude? I'm using several sources.
Okay,
not just one.
No, you're using an AI overview. Yes, because you're using an AI overview, and it doesn't prove what the fuck you said.
Because it tells.
Serious question for you. Nobody. Serious question for you. Why would I say give me your source? Just for you to give me a source and then read something that's not in the source. What sense does that even make? Serious question.
No. It summarizes what the argument is. You're saying that Iran recognizes the currency, global currency of USDA, which it clearly does fucking not, because Iran is not on the global goddamn market.
Not
What's so
what I
fucking hard
said.
about that?
That's not what I said.
That's literally what you said.
It's not. I'll repeat it. What I said is USD is the globally accepted currency. It's the centralized currency of the world.
In Iran, it's not.
I'm gonna finish what I'm saying. USD is the centralized currency of the world. It's the globally accepted currency. That does not mean that every single country recognizes it. It means the majority of the world is willing to trade within USD. That's what the actual centralized currency means. And I stated that the USD is the centralized currency of the world. Other countries have their own forms of currency, but USD is the centralized currency. And in the actual agreement that was signed off, the United States paid, they released funds for Iran in USD.
No, actually they didn't, because that proves you wrong, because Iran does not recognize or is not recognized on the global market. So you just answered your own shit. You conceded to the point. USD is, I'm recognized.
You don't understand things. You don't understand anything.
No, I don't think you understand your own fucking argument. You clearly.
I made my argument. I understand it. Stop yelling for a second. I got you. Don't worry. Give me a second here. No. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. You you fucking have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, holy shit. Give me a second. Because I have this written down. Where is it? 14 points.
I'm going to pay for how much am I going to pay for a Coke in Mexico?
24 billion. Stop trying to run to something else. Give me a second.
Isn't that as an analogy?
You're literally trying to run. Stop it.
As a run, I'll hit X. I'm not hitting X, so therefore I'm not running.
All right, I'm going to put this on the screen so you can see it.
All right, so go to Iran. Okay, hold on. Go to adventure.
Nope. Stop it. So this is Middle East Council of Global Affairs. This talks about the actual assets as far as is being released with the 14-point agreement. Here it says this delays leave open unsolved debates surrounding the U.S. Treasury. Secretary Scott Bessent proposed to divert the $24 billion in frozen funds. Hey, what's the symbol that's in front of 24 billion right here? What's that symbol?
I can't see it. It's pretty small. I can't see it.
Oh, don't worry. I got you. What's that symbol right in front of the 24 billion?
It's the money sign. Well, I don't understand the question.
No. That's not a money sign.
It's not a money sign? Right in front of the 24 billion?
No.
The symbol in front of the 24?
The symbol stands for what?
USD currency, I'm assuming.
Yes.
No, that doesn't work like that. Because again, I'm trying to show you that's recognized throughout the world. You know why? Because it has to do with monetary gain, you fucking idiot.
Listen.
It's going to be the same fucking symbol in China as it would be in fucking Canadian. It would be the same fucking symbol.
Oh, you're stupid. It's not. It's not.
It literally is.
No, China has a different.
It's a monetary gain.
Stop. China has a different. Stop. China has a different currency, and it has a different symbol. If they're trading in US dollars, then they use the actual USD symbol, the one that you're talking about. But if they're trading in like won, or if they're trading in euro, or if they're trading in pound, or if they're trading in birr, or if they're trading in ruble, like those are all different forms of currencies, and they use different symbols. Canada.
Okay, so hold on. According to Australia, it's not, because because again, it's a global market, because they recognize that it goes again recognized under the USD. You can clearly, of course, you don't want to use that.
We're going to do visuals. Really quickly. We're going to do visuals. Don't worry. I got you.
Okay, fix your API.
Hold on.
Fix your API.
No. I need you to lock in.
US.
I need you to lock in.
The only country that uses
I need you to lock in.
At least
right here.
20 other
right
nations
here.
and territories use the dollar sign as an official currency symbol, including Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
Stop. What is this?
You're fucking wrong.
What is this?
That's a rhetorical question, my dude.
What is this?
It's a $20 bill.
What type of $20 bill?
An American $20 bill.
A US dollar, right? This is a $20 bill in USD.
It's a $20 bill. I clearly said that.
In US dollar.
Dude, you're fucking wrong, and you can't admit it. I just clearly showed you. There's 20 nations that use the fucking money symbol as their currency's official symbol.
Stop. Okay, this is a $20 bill in USD, right? Okay, perfect. What is this?
It looks like a 20 pound.
What country's currency is this?
It'd be the UK.
No, this is Canada. This is $20.
It looks like Canadian. The Queen of England on there, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it not the Queen of England?
Canada is under the jurisdiction of who?
For some reason, I thought it was French because they were there. They were French. That's the reason why I got it confused. So what's the big fucking deal?
Canada is under the jurisdiction of who?
Educate me, dude.
No. This is $20 in Canadian. What is this?
I have no idea.
This is 20 in euro, right? So all of these are three different currencies.
Mm-hmm.
All three of them represent 20, but they're all in different currencies. The only one of these three that uses the money sign symbol is this one.
No, because again, according to Australia, they use the same shit as well as Canada, as well as Mexico, Argentina, and Chile, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. They all use the fucking US dollar. What you're talking about is how much is actually being used.
Yes, they use, because the USD is the centralized global currency, but that does not mean that they don't have their own currency.
That's what the whole argument was. Okay, again, because it's, again, going to the global system. Iran is not on the global fucking market. It is not recognized as central banking system.
What did I just show you as far as the money?
I don't care what. I don't give a shit what you showed me, my dude. Iran is not on the global market.
What does that mean?
If Iran is not on the global market, that means that they have assets elsewhere, which is more than likely going to be in regards to liquid currency, liquid assets. In this case, it's going to be oil, which is only recognizable on the fucking global market is because of what they deal with the oil for. In that case, Iran is not on the global market, so therefore they don't even use the money, the money logo, the money symbol. They don't even make it recognized on the global market. But you're going to sit there and tell me, you're going to tell your chat that they are recognized in regards to their currency and it's recognized under the U.S. No, it's not. It's not at all. It's two different fucking systems.
I've said over and over and over is with the agreement that we have with Iran,
is because of oil, liquid assets.
The money came to Iran in USD. Look at this. Can you see what this says at the top? Office of the United States Trade Representative.
Sure.
What country is this?
Obviously, Iran.
Perfect. Iran trade summary. U.S. goods and services trade with Iran totaled in an estimate $838.4 million in 2024, up 3.4%, which is 27.2 million from 2023. U.S. good trades with Iran totaled an estimated $60 million in 2025. U.S. goods exports to Iran in 2025 were 58.6 million, down 35.1%. Which is 31.6 million from 2024. U.S. goods and import from Iran totaled in 1.4 million in 2025, down 77.7% from 2024. The U.S. goods trade surplus with Iran was 57.2 million in 2025, a percentage decrease from 26.8 million over 2024. U.S. total service trades, exports plus imports with Iran totaled an estimate of 274 million in 2024. The U.S. service exports to Iran in 2024 were 568 million, up 9.3%, 50 million from 2023. The U.S. service imported from Iran in 2024 were 156 million, down 27.1%. From 2023, the U.S. service trade surplus with Iran was $430 million in 2024, a 33% increase, 108 million over 2023. Hey, I have a question for you. If
no, hold on.
Oh, no.
What is the question?
I'm finishing.
Is that money or is that liquid assets?
I'm finishing.
What assets are
I'm
those?
finishing what I'm saying. If the United States of America has been trading with Iran and trading with Iran in USD, and we've managed to create a surplus in trades, meaning that they actually pay us more than we buy from them, then how are they not utilizing USD?
That's the reason I wanted to clarify. So you keep bringing up the money part of it, which clearly it is. But how much of that is liquid assets in regards to the oil?
It's all
because
money. It's all
no,
money.
it's not.
Purchasing it. Yes, trades. It's purchasing and selling.
We don't know that now, do we? We don't know that, do we?
We do. We don't trade fucking chickens.
Where
for
are the
eggs.
receipts?
Are you saying that countries are trading chickens for cows?
Well, clearly oil, because America is one of the top grossing
are you telling me
depend on
that
oil.
Countries are trading chickens for cows?
Well, again, all you did was ramble off some shit that has nothing to do with that. That's the reason I want to clarify. Was it liquid assets? Clearly what I've asked
it's USD. That's why they said it's fucking USD. That's why
you don't know that because it doesn't fucking say it.
This is where it says it. The fucking symbol right here.
It doesn't mean shit. Other countries use that as well, because it's recognized in the United States of America, dipshit. That's what your fucking problem is. You're not reading through the fucking trees, bro.
Stop. If we were trading other assets and not using
our
currency,
assets.
I'm gonna finish. If we were trading other assets and not currency, then it wouldn't use the actual USD symbol.
Agree, because for example, look at this. Just like for example, the 2020 prisoner swap, which comes up to about $6 billion. September 2023, U.S. allowed to transfer $6 billion of Iranian funds that had been frozen to restrict South Korean accounts moved in the accounts of Qatar. You can look at that up on PBS if you want to. But the point is, so that's what I'm asking about. What is the definition of assets? You're looking at the money level, which means jack
anything
shit
about assets, and this is not a hostage trade. This is not just releasing
I was using as an
something
example.
This is, yes, but your example is not analogous because we're specifically talking about, it's not, because we're specifically talking about, stop repeating it is when it's fucking not. The reason why it's not, the reason why it's not is because we're not talking about prisoner swaps or anything along those lines. We are specifically talking about buying and selling of goods. That's what trades are. Trades are buying and selling of goods. Can you acknowledge that?
So have you ever did a will and deal? Have you ever did that?
A what?
Hey, I like that. Hey, a will and have you ever hustled on some stuff before? Hey, I like that. I like that PS5. Why don't you throw that PS5
you mean
in with
bargaining? Have I ever bargained?
That's exactly what that is. Yes, that's what hustling is. Bargaining. Yes. So the point is like, hey, so you want to throw in a little bit extra for that? Hey, yeah, I like that boat. Why don't you go and throw that boat in? Hey, why don't you go throw that plane inside to make it a sweet? You think
the U.S. when it comes to imports and exports are bartering?
Yes, I do believe they're doing that. For example, under the Biden administration, as a matter of fact, what's her name? She's the governor of Arkansas. Anyways, she actually signed a law saying that China could not use any grounds in regards to China actually trying to buy land here in the States. So yes, I do believe that there's some shit going down that you and I are fucking ignorant to.
What's the point of trade negotiations?
Well, again, making sweetheart deals is I'm literally regurgitating you. So,
what's the point of trade negotiations?
Well, it's dependent upon that negotiation of how much it would actually. So, for example, you say, "I want to trade with you." I'm literally explaining.
Not what are the details? What is the point of trade negotiations?
They're trying to get. Yeah, the conversation between trade negotiations is trying to get a great deal that would actually help my citizens of that country. If I'm a world leader,
trade negotiations sets the parameters for trading. Meaning,
yes,
if you and I are going to trade, then this is what we're going to trade. This is the rate we're going to trade, and this is how we're going to trade. So if there's trade agreements in place, then no, you don't barter. And also, it's not a you give me 5 cows and
trading
I'll give you
is
100
bartering,
chickens. Bro. What I'm saying is the United States doesn't go to a country and say, hey, we want to buy your rare earth minerals. Instead of us giving you USD, we're going to give you national security secrets and you give us your rare earth minerals. That's not how it works. If we are going to purchase if we're going to purchase rare earth minerals, then we signed a deal, and the deal can say, oh, we're going to purchase this much, and then in return, we're going to pay them this much and also give them access to X, Y, or Z, or help them mine this or things like that. But it's clearly laid out in the trade agreement. And then what happens is when the actual fiscal year ends, the actual cost of the goods bought and sold are documented in USD. That's how we track the expenditures of our government.
Iran is not recognized on that global market.
When you say Iran is not recognized on the global market, that means their currency is not accepted globally. That has nothing to do with the United States and USD, because the United States is the centralized currency of the world.
Correct.
That's why
so therefore,
the $24 billion that was released in USD.
No, it wasn't.
Prove it. Give me a source that says the 24 billion was not released in USD.
Well, I can't. I can't give you a direct answer in regards to 24. But I can
give
you
a source. I've already given you multiple sources saying that it was being released in USD.
You literally have it.
I literally have.
So because you can't explain
me a source that says
because you cannot define
assets. I need you to give me a source that says that it was not released. And it never said assets. It said 24 billion. It had the USD symbol, 24 billion.
Because that's the universally recognized number, yes. But what I'm saying is, in regards to
what's
that little phrasing,
what's a unified recognizable number? 24? Kobe?
No. I said the money symbol. Okay, so again, I've already given you. I rambled off several 20 countries. Well, I would say probably 10 countries that recognize that money symbol as that. But that's not what I'm getting at. For example, in regards to what you're asking for, I can't directly cite anything in regards to that. But what I can do is I can give you a source so you can look it up for yourself, which is going to be adventure.com/Iran money and currency, because it does not mean like, for example, if you're a tourist, which you could probably go try to do that if you want, tell you how to actually get to their assets in regards to their banking system to be able to trade, or I'll rephrase that, be able to go in there and spend their kind of currency inside that country. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is, just because we say that it's in the billions does not mean they're actually getting the billions. And that's probably the reasons why they're pissed, is because they're not getting, America's not leading up to that. As an example, this past war, we tried to partner with several of the rebels that were against Al Qaeda.
Like you're rambling.
I literally just did
a lot of shit. No, you didn't. You're rambling.
Adventure Iran. Go to Adventure Iran. Go to Adventure Iran. Go to adventureiran.com/Iran money and currency. I clearly gave you the source.
A venture. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go on this wild goose chase. Give me the title again. A venture Iran.
Yep. .com/Iran and currency. And it says Iran's banking system. Unfortunately, it's true due to restrictions. Iran's banking system is not connected to the world at the moment, even though there are numerous ATMs scattered throughout the country.
What's the title? Because like I see multiple titles. I see money issues, shopping, and traveling costs. I see money exchange. I see Adventure Iran official website. What's the
no? It goes to, okay. So
title?
Yeah, the title is Iran money and currency. It says adventure. It's got hills, mountain, and dude on a bike, camels, skiing.
Yeah, no, I'm
hiking.
telling you, like I see multiple links for the actual site, but it doesn't say like specifically what you're saying. So I'm trying to get to
yeah, adventureiran.com/Iran money and currency.
That gives me 404. I'm on their homepage. What am I clicking on?
Okay, go down to Iran's banking system. Which is not, it's not that big of a source, but nonetheless, it shows you exactly what it is. I'm sitting and looking at it.
Okay, here,
I can read the entire thing if you're
put this on the screen because I want you to show me exactly where I'm going. Give me a second. I can't believe we're doing this. All right, where am I going?
Yeah, that's not it. Okay, go back out. Go back to your search bar.
This is the home page. Where am I going?
Okay. So again, go to Iran money and currency. I don't know where you're at in regards to that. Go to the search bar and type in Iran.
You told me this is the page with the camels and the people on the bike.
Yes, but that's the home page. Yes, has nothing to do with.
You said scroll down to where it says banking currency. Where do you see banking currency?
Iran for travelers. Yeah, it's for travelers.
What am I looking at? I see one that says money issues, shopping, and traveling costs. Money exchange, Iran archives.
Right there. Go back. Go to that one.
This one, money exchange.
Give me just a second. I'm copying and pasting right now as we speak. I gave you the damn source, bro.
No, you didn't, because saying the source and then
okay, go to adventureiran.com about/Iran/general/facts traveling/Iran/Iran money and currency.
About.
Yep.
Where are we going?
/Iran/general.
I'm on the page. You can see the screen. What are we looking at?
/fact/traveling/Iran. Okay, I'll just type it out in the chat. Well, that's right. I can't unblock.
Money and currency.
Yep. Keep on going down. Keep on going down. I can't really see. You have to bring your screen in just a little bit. Yep, right there.
Right here. Okay. Cool.
Banking system.
Cool. All right, 1 second. Unfortunately, it's true. Due to the restrictions, Iran's banking system is not connected to the world at the moment. So even though there are numerous ATMs scattered throughout the country, you will not find any that accepts Visa or MasterCard or any foreign card. But don't worry, because upon arrival, you will find some money exchange offices in the airport that can exchange your money into Iranian currency. But be aware that you have to bring all the money in cash with you. There may be some exchange offices in Tehran that could transfer the money for you, but there aren't any official rates for how this works. So you could get ripped off if you find yourself in an unofficial exchange office. What does that mean? Oh, actually, hold on. Next line. Great. The perfect line. The most popular currencies that are being exchanged in Iran are USD, United States dollar, and euros.
Okay. Yeah, I clearly said that. But again, it says due to the restrictions.
What do you think that
Iran's
said?
banking system has connected to
What
the world.
What do you think that said?
Moment. That's
what
in
do you,
regard.
what do you
Yeah,
think? What do you think that what you just read? What you just read. What do you think that it actually said?
Yeah, it's regard to ATMs.
It means
so you can't withdraw money.
Yes. It means that you can't go in other countries. You can go. Let's say you're in France, right? And you have Bank of America. You can take your Bank of America debit card in France and put it in an ATM, and instead of US dollars coming out, it'll actually give you euros and the equivalent amount with an exchange rate. But in Iran, you can't do that. You can't take your debit card and actually put it in the ATM, and then it gives you that exchange rate. So you have to take US dollars when you land and take it to the currency exchange, give them the dollars, and they'll give you the Iranian money. That's what it means. It means that Iran isn't connected to all of the other world's banks. So there's no conversion between USD and the Iranian currency, but you can actually take it specifically and they will transfer it for you because they accept the currency since it is a centralized currency. That's why USD and euros are the two most popular and exchange currencies in Iran. How many times have you been out of the country?
Twice.
Where'd you go?
It's irrelevant where I went.
No, it's not irrelevant. Where'd you go?
It's irrelevant to the topic.
Where'd you go?
Mexico.
You went to Mexico. Did you, when going to Mexico, how long did you stay?
I was a child. I think because my dad was former military. I think I was down there for.
Have you ever been out of the country as an adult where you've had to actually pay for stuff?
Yeah, I went to Chihuahua.
You went to Chihuahua. Is that in Mexico as well?
It's below Mexico, but yes. Southern Mexico.
As an adult?
As a teenager, yeah.
Okay. The point that I'm making, and even this website that you just gave me, right, highlights the fact that Iran accepts USD. It's widely accepted. USD and euro is widely accepted. That's why you can bring USD and euro and they'll actually change it over to Iranian money. And with the actual agreement that we had with Iran, the agreement was made to send them $24 billion in USD. If you disagree with that, then I need a source that proves we did not send them the money in USD. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a minute. Let me thank a couple of people and you can either go get the money. I'm not go get the money. You could either go get the proof or you can concede, but just give me a minute to thank a couple of people. W's in the chat for Miss Castisa. I think that's how you say it, for the $20 super chat to say, for the effort, education, and entertainment you provide. I appreciate the hell out of that, because I feel like we've been doing something. W's in the chat for Vixen over on Twitch for sending out a YouTube subscription. W's in the chat as well for Miss Bellasella for the $5 super chat to say AI generalizes from multiple sites, does not summarize. You still have to go up and read those sites for the information, you donut. Facts. Followed by JB for the $5 super chat to say, per Qatar Embassy in Tehran website, the most traded, literally, we read that off. The most traded and widely accepted foreign currency in Iran is the US dollar and the euro. Facts. Facts. We literally read that off. W's in the chat as well for, let's see, Harrison for the $1 and 28 cents. I can't blame him for that. Fuck that, Harrison. No, we are going to blame him. W's in the chat for Avocado for the $2 donation. Ooh, it's super smooth. It's super, no wrinkles, Avocado, none. W's in the chat, thank you for the 2. And it is Friday, Junior. W's in the chat for Rebel for the $5 super chat to say the best currency is these nuts. W's in the chat for Jason for the $2.20 donation. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it more than him. W's in the chat for Darius for the $1 donation saying, yeah, listen, he would make a great Secretary of Finance because the money would always be funny. Always. W's in the chat for Jared for the $1 donation. He still doesn't understand it though, Jared. He still doesn't understand the currency. He still doesn't. W's in the chat for Hector. What up, bro? Holy shit. W's in the chat for Hector for the $5 donation saying, for your pain. I know you feel me, Hector. I know you feel me. W's in the chat for Hector. W's in chat for all the donos, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 300,000 likes. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background, and make sure you hit that follow button. All right. Do you have a source saying that the agreement was not made in USD, or are you conceding that point?
I have several in regards to EBC.com.
And there are several countries that is going to say, no. The source needs to be that Iran, the agreement that was made between the U.S.
and just Iran. Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So I didn't.
The agreement.
I thought you were talking about just which countries.
No, I want a source stating that the agreement that was made between the U.S. and Iran, the $24 billion, was not the U.S. submitting or sending the money in U.S. dollars.
No, I misunderstood it then. So what I did was I just looked up what countries do not recognize the USD.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So,
well, no, actually it does, because if you look at Russia or China, if you look at Russia or China, they do not recognize.
Russia or China is the agreement with Iran.
Well, according to today,
Russia or China, or is the agreement
according to today's news? According to today's news, Russia is actually going to be backing Iran. That's according to today.
Is the agreement for the $24 billion that was released?
Obviously, that's Iran.
Okay, so I don't care about other countries. I only care about the agreement that was between the U.S. and Iran for the $24 billion.
Sure. Okay. So it's a rhetorical question that you're asking, right? So again, in regards to as of here lately,
no, that's not a rhetorical question. I'm telling you to either give me an actual source that said that they are not receiving that 24 billion in USD, or concede. I don't care which one, but I need one of the two.
Yeah, give me a moment. Look it up.
Dub's in the chat for Owen for the $1 donation. Yes, Owen, do it. Fucking do it. Use your voice. W's in the chat. Thank you so much for that. Use your voice. Hey, chat, anybody want a deal? Anybody think that it's time for a deal? Anybody want a deal?
All right. So according to,
give me a second, I'm talking to my chat. Give me a second, I'm talking to my chat. Petty says she thought about it an hour ago. All right. So here's the deal. We're gonna give you a deal, nobody. This is what happens from here. We're gonna put a bounty on you, but it's up to you. The only thing that you have to do to ensure that you get to stay up here and you and I can continue, because I can keep talking to you, the only thing that you have to do is 1, don't antagonize the chat. 2, use factual information and sources. And 3, don't be insufferable. This is now up to you. Your fate is in your own hand. I will not be muting you anymore. But if you get to the point where the chat wants you gone, then they can get rid of you. Chat, remember, this is from this point on, not for the conversation that we've already had. This is from this point on. If you want him gone, you know what you got to do. It has to go through the pay links. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you.
Gotta love capitalism.
You cannot go through, sorry, YouTube. You can't go through YouTube, but it has to go through the pay links. The only thing that you have to do is to stay is just actually engage in good faith. Don't antagonize the chat and give factual information. All right. You had a source that proves that the deal is not in USD.
I don't have that.
Okay, so are you conceding?
After scrolling over it, it's basically the same source that you brought up.
Okay, so you're conceding.
Well, I mean, I don't think that there would be, to be honest with you, I don't think that there would ever be, I don't think anybody would report that, to be honest with you, because I don't think it's really matters.
It's literally, yeah, yes, it's 150 USD. It's literally listed with the actual symbol that was agreed upon and how we decided to exchange the currency. It's in all of the agreements.
Well, just out of curiosity, what is the symbol? Again, going back to the symbol, knowing that there are 20 other countries that recognize that same logo or that same symbol.
What does that mean, recognize?
Because they use the same symbol.
Give me one of those countries, just one. Give me one.
Australia.
Okay.
New Zealand, Singapore.
No, hold on. Just one. Australia. All right. We're going to look at the actual Australian currency number. All right. Give me a second here. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you something here. Give me a second. I wanted to show you the actual transfer, but I think this might actually we might just have to do it this way. Sorry. All right. Let me go back. I'm going to put it on the screen. This is from Australian currency, All right. This is called the Australian dollar. Okay. So the Australian dollar going back to, I don't know why this is, their currency is listed as AUD, right? That's the official currency. And with these symbols, they have multiple symbols, and it depends on how they're actually trading, right? So you do have the symbol, which is the dollar sign, but you also have the the A dollar sign and the ASU dollar sign, right? These are used in connection with the way that the currency is being traded, right? The symbol is connected specifically with the way that it's being traded. You have the currencies that is using it, right? Australia and, you know, like all these other places. You have the currencies pegged to UDA, right? And then you talk about the actual transfer rate, right? So give me a second here. I'm going to show you this. The reason why you know that the actual currency is different is if you take 24 billion USD, that transfers to, holy shit, 34 billion 396 million 272 Australian dollars. You see that?
Of course.
So the point that I'm making is, while they may be accepting of the symbols, the exception of the symbols are for different reasons, and they still have their own currency. They still have their own currency, and that's why if it's transferred into their currency, even if it was used as their currency, it would be specifically marked as such, and the transfer rate would be the same. Now, the thing that I'm getting to is that the actual currency that you've been talking about, that we've been talking about, is USD. It's 24 billion USD. Are we good? We good?
I mean, you just literally proved my point. So, I mean, I don't see what the argument was.
How the fuck did I prove your point?
Because what you're failing to recognize is it's still the global market. It's the global banking system. That's the reason why it's recognizable. They're using the same freaking logo. Just like, for example, the dollar itself, the countries that officially use the dollar itself is going to be Ecuador, El Salvador, Panama, and Zimbabwe. Those are the countries that actually use the damn logo. But the other logo, it's not a matter about a symbol or a logo or whatever you want to use. It's still in regards to the central banking system. Hence, central.
So are you saying that we paid Iran 24 billion in Australian dollars?
No, where did I make that statement?
No, that was my question, because we're using the symbol. So what you're now saying is, if it's not USD, then it has to be one of those other countries that actually use the dollar symbol. Sure. Which country?
Don't misrepresent.
Which country?
Don't misrepresent.
Which country?
You know what I'm talking about, Santana. You're smart enough to know which country I'm referring to. You know exactly what the argument is.
My question is, if we're not paying them in USD and we have the dollar symbol, then what country's dollar are we paying them 24 billion in?
Well, I would ask the question, is it going to be in assets or is it going to be
it's dollars? That's money? Why it has the currency number and not anything.
If it's assets, that would be completely recognizable. Okay, so show me the bank receipt. Okay, if there's going to be a bank deposit, show me the bank deposit receipt. And
you
not
find it. You're the one that's supposed to be disputing this information.
You're talking about argument, my dude.
Your argument is that we're not sending them 24 billion USD. That's your argument.
No, it's not. That's my argument is they're not. Okay, for example, like you look at Canada as an example. If you buy something in Canada, it's going to be a certain percentage completely way off than what it actually is going to be. So they're not really getting a whole lot of money. For example, as an example, that's the reason why I said in regards to assets. How much is that is assets and how much is that is not assets? For example, in going to regards to
all USD unless you have something that proves it wrong. I need you to give me a source that proves it wrong, because it's all
and
USD.
I've done said, I don't think one of those things exists. I don't think a source actually exists.
It literally said it in the deal.
No, what I'm saying that actually where they did not receive the actual currency is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about they didn't get it. I don't know if they got it or not. I have no idea. I don't know if the deal was actually made or not, because obviously something is taking place because this quote war. But I don't understand why somebody. Because the war taking place, do you actually think America actually went through with the deal?
That's what I'm talking about. No. Part of the agreement was as soon as they actually signed it, that 24 billion was released. Actually, looking at the 14-point agreement, let's see here. With the 14-point agreement, point number 13 was that point 1, 4, 5, 10, and 11 go in effect as soon as the deal was signed. So as soon as they signed that deal, multiple points went in place, which number 11 was the one where it says Iran gets 24 billion and they get to use it however they want. And FYI, you're up to 56 of the 150 for the Kick Fund. Guys, if anyone else like to add to the Kick Fund, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support the Kick Fund. If you want them up out the paint, that's how you get them gone. And I'll actually give you credit. You're lasting longer than most people. So
yeah, okay. So according to CBS News, Iran has not received the 24 billion of frozen funds as of July of 2026. The proposed release of this money remains a highly contested sticking point to the subject of debate ongoing U.S. Peace negotiations following recent military conflict. That's CBS. So according to that, they haven't even got it yet. And this is Vance denies that Iran will receive billions of dollars of assets in the deal.
Yeah, so if you see the one that says Vance denies Iran will receive, that was on June 15th. You said that as of June. You said that was as of June. Why didn't you click on the one that is from NPR that's 4 days later on June the 19th, 2026, that talks about not only the 24 billion, but also the 300 billion of reconstruction? Why did you pick the one? Why did you pick the one that was further away and also that's outdated? What was the decision behind that?
Okay, because it was updated to that date. Because that's how edits work.
No. I mean, why would you pick something that specifically was older and it doesn't cover the fact that the funds were again, literally, I'm looking.
Because it goes with the first one that popped up. Final negotiation period.
It was the first one that popped up.
Hold on. You're asking a question. I'm trying to answer it. So it says because it goes within that 60-day window of that final negotiation period.
No,
which did not go. It literally says it. It says the U.S. has yet to release the terms of agreement by, and this was in June. If this was released on June,
when was the sign?
Hold on. That's irrelevant when it was signed.
It is. The U.S. No. It's not irrelevant. Hold on.
The U.S. has yet to release the terms of agreement, but Iran's powerful Revolutionary Guard said Monday that under the agreement, the country will receive 24 billion in frozen funds during the 60-day final negotiation period, which is half must be made available before the negotiations begin. So that right there tells you they did not go to that window.
Stop. What's the day that the CBS article that you're looking at? What's the day on that?
It says updated June 15th.
June 15th. Would you like to know when they signed the MOU?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
June 17th. Okay. So with the article that you read, that's June 15th, they wouldn't have released it. Hold on. They wouldn't have released it because they hadn't signed it yet. But the article that I covered that's on June 19th, they had already signed it and they had already released the money.
No, according to June 15th, which is updated to July. Hold up just a second, I'll give you the exact day.
It's June 15th. And they signed it on June 17th.
You understand how updates work, correct?
Holy fuck, I do. I don't think you do.
Obviously, no, I don't think you do, my dude. Because if it was signed within that 60-day window that obviously they negated to actually go through with, guess what? That negation goes out the freaking window. So therefore, it goes back to my original stance. Vance denies that Iran will receive.
Where do you see this was updated in July? Because I'm on the article and it doesn't say anything. They have the updates listed at the top. You're being bad faith. I'm gonna put this on the screen.
I'm literally.
It's fine. I'm gonna put this on the screen. That way, we don't have to pretend
you're misrepresenting what I said. You're misrepresenting what I said.
No, you're not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Say what you said again. Then say it again. Say it again. If I'm misrepresenting.
I said within that 60-day window. Okay, within that 60-day window that they have in regards to
talk about this being updated. Where'd you say that it's updated? Because this is the date. This says updated on June 15th, 2026. Right? This is 2 days. This is 2 days prior to the agreement being signed. So tell me where this is updated after the agreement was signed.
Give me one moment. Okay, so
you said give me one moment.
How long?
You said give me one moment, right?
I'm trying to find.
Hold on. I'm trying to find. You said okay. I'll give you one moment.
Oh, that's okay. So that's what it was.
Wait.
Okay,
no. Hold on. I'll give you one moment. I'll go ahead. Wait, nobody. I'll give you one moment. Take all the time that you need. In the chat for the chat. W's in the chat for the chat. Holy fuck. W's in the chat for the chat. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. He actually lasted longer than I expected. He was bad faith as shit, but he lasted longer than I expected. Like, without a doubt. What the fuck are we doing? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. W's in the chat for the chat. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We do have some more people and we're going to get up here for some debates. But before we do, really quickly, and before I read this off, Ari, is it possible that you can come up for a second? Do you have a second? Ari, do you have a second? If not Ari, then Kay. Kay, can you come up for a second? Or Kelbell? Solid's not here. Holy smokes. Is Petty here? Is Petty? Can you come up for a second? Anybody? Help me. Help me, please help me. Okay, Kel. I'm going to leave him to you for a second. I'm going to let you do a mod. I'm going to run to the restroom.
Sweet. Sounds good. Hi, everybody. Tap that screen. Let's get to 300,000 likes before Santana gets back from the potty. And let me know what your plans are this weekend. Type them in the chat. Let's get active. Also, if you haven't yet, please repost the live and share to your stories. That would be awesome. And share with a couple friends. What's up, guys? Yeah, don't forget to send your daily butt banana, by the way. Thanks for the reminder, J-Hops. Nice, early voting, great. Keep tapping, keep tapping. Someone asked how I am. I'm good. This weekend is my husband and I's 13th anniversary, so we're gonna go do something fun, I think, on Saturday. That's right, lady. Trump supporters, get in the box. Only get in the box if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. Thanks, guys. Nice, happy anniversary. You back? You good?
Oh, that was an emergency. That was an emergency. Thank you. I appreciate it. Holy smokes. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Santana. Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys. W's in chat for Kel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to say thank you in a moment for the kick, but let's see if we can get another debate going. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
I disagree with Christians weaponize the Bible.
Okay. Would you mind if I say thank you to just a couple of people? I'm not going to go through all of them just yet.
Yeah, sure. I'm doing something right now anyways, and I'm a little sick.
Okay. Dub's in the chat for Jocelyn for the 1 for the kick. Dub's in the chat for Alex for the 2 for the kick. Dub's in chat for Jacqueline for the 5 for the kick. Dub's in chat for Anita for the 8 for the okay. Anita actually sent $8, said, good luck with your debates. I've had to unfollow and block you due to your moderators. I will not be treated like a child. Okay, I guess. I mean, you know, if you want to unfollow, then just unfollow. Dub's in chat for Tammy for the 25. Said, kick fun because you and the community do not deserve to deal with these people that can't accept facts and logic. Facts. Dub's in the chat for Amy for the 10 for the kick. Dub's in the chat for Earl for the 50 for the kick fun. Said, ignorance rules. Dub's in the chat for just Devin for the $2. Said, for all the pain and suffering you've had to put up with this clown. Yeet. Dub's in the chat for Ashley for the 5 for the, or Neon. Sorry, Neon. Yeah, exactly. He was being super fucking disingenuous. Dub's in the chat. Also over on YouTube, Dub's in the chat for Kendra for the $1.99. He said, here's $1.99 USD to kick this insufferable dude. Thank you so much for that. Holy shit. W's in the chat. I'm gonna stop here and we'll catch up on the rest of them in just a moment. But if anyone else likes support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right. You said you disagree with the premise that Christians weaponize the Bible. Why so?
I mean, are you like over generalizing it? Like, what do you actually mean when you say that? Because some people just say overlies text to like rage bait, but it's not actually what they mean.
I mean, throughout the history of the United States of America, we've seen Christianity be the driving factor between a majority of atrocities, whether we talk about genocide, colonization, social constructs like race, the justification of chattel slavery. Even today within the United States, we see the driving force behind restriction to bodily rights for women is Christianity, and even the vilification of the queer community being Christianity. So you talk about all of these harmful and negative things that are directly connected with Christianity. I'm speaking on how Christians continue to weaponize their faith to disenfranchise and harm people.
I heard it before with Dean. I've never talked to Dean. Crazy. Your comments are funny.
Hey,
someone in your comments.
You asked me a question. I directly answered your question. Why would you?
No, I was answering. My bad. I was like responding to a comment. That's what I was saying.
Right, but you asked me a question. I directly answered your question. Why would you talk about someone else?
Oh, because they said a comment about me. I mean, they said a comment about me, so I answered it. To answer your question,
Abigail, thank you, but please don't send the music gifts, guys. One, fuck the music gifts because they suck. But two, I will be blocking the trolls that send music gifts. So friendlies, please don't send the music gifts because you will be blocked, and trolls will as well. Please and thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
When you're saying like weaponize the Bible, are you saying that like they're using it in the wrong way to like get leverage?
I'm saying they're using it as justification. Do you know what Turtle Island was?
Yes.
What was Turtle Island?
But was it like shoot, was it like indigenous people like in a what's it called? Dang it. It was like, is it like in North America or something? I can't give you off the top of my head, but I like know.
It's
Can
okay
you
to
like?
say that you don't know something.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
Turtle Island was
I
the
haven't heard you
Americas
talk about it,
prior
but I don't know.
to the colonizers coming here and like genociding them, the indigenous people. So the first ones to come here for colonization were the Spaniards, right? The conquistadors. Do you know what the two driving forces were behind their reasoning for coming to the Americas? Oh, I'm sorry, coming to Turtle Island?
I do not.
They wanted to, one, find gold, and two, spread Jesus. And them coming to find gold and spread Jesus led to so many indigenous people dying that, I'm sorry, not dying, but being murdered, that it cooled the temperature of the earth. Millions of indigenous people were slaughtered in the name of Christianity. Hey,
Okay.
do you know who created race?
No.
Gomez Inez de Zurara was tasked with the documentation and what the
You
construction
created
of the,
race, or you made
yes,
race a thing?
I was just saying Gomez Inez de Zurara was tasked with the documentation that we use now for the construct of race, and it was created to justify chattel slavery. Would you like to guess who commissioned that actual justification?
Sure.
The Catholic Church. The Catholic Church did it so they could give permission to the different European countries to engage in chattel slavery. Hey, have you ever heard of the slave Bible?
No, I've never heard of the slave Bible.
The slave Bible was the Bible that was used by slave owners in America that took out multiple portions of the Bible and they used it to teach Christianity to slaves and tell them that their lot in life was to be slaves and to be property. And if they were anything but good slaves, then they weren't going to make it into heaven. Not sure why you laughed about that, though.
I'm laughing because I'm trying to get to you. I'm trying to get to understand that like these are like individual people, right? These
Wait,
are individual people.
you think that colonization and slaughtering indigenous people was individual people?
Did individual people do it?
No, it was collectives. It was multiple countries. It was Spain, it was Sweden, it was the Dutch, it was the British, it was the French, it was entire European countries.
Stop. I'm not grasping your argument because your
I can
argument
tell.
is that people use something. Yeah, people use the Bible to weaponize something. Therefore, Christianity is bad. Am I getting that correct?
I'm saying that people have used the Bible as justification
Okay,
to.
people use things all the time to
Do you want me
justify
to
their
answer your
wrongdoing. Doesn't
question, or
mean
did you want to just like ramble in the middle of me speaking?
answer my question, please.
People have used the Bible as justification for atrocities throughout the history of the world. And specifically, it has been one of the biggest tools used to hurt, harm, kill, and disenfranchise people since the founding of the religion to today, where it continues to do so. People who claim to be Christians don't live by the quote unquote word of the Bible. They literally just want to hurt, harm, disenfranchise, or look down on people.
So you think it's a claiming into actually being Christian, right?
I'm sorry?
You just said people that claim to be Christians. So you admit that you don't think they are Christians.
I think that in order for you to become a Christian, you have to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior and follow his teachings, meaning you have to understand, study, and follow said teachings. Those are the only requirements. It's very easy to get into Christianity. So as long as someone says, I believe in Jesus Christ and I'm going to study or learn his word, then you are a Christian. And that's all it takes. So I think that anyone thinking that they could be the arbiter as far as who is or is not a Christian is faulty, because that's not how it works.
Gotcha. So like, can I say like anyone can be a lawyer just because they study law?
No, because in order to be a lawyer,
like the text like the Constitution.
No, in order to be a lawyer, you have to not only study law, but you have to take a board certification, and then you have to stay within certification limits in order to be able to practice law. There is no certification process to become a Christian. There is a quote unquote certification process to get into heaven, but those are two separate things.
Would you not be a Christian if you don't go to heaven?
What?
You said it's a certification process to get to heaven. Would
Yes.
you not be a Christian if you do not get to heaven?
I think you may be confused. In order to get into heaven, you have to be a Christian. But you don't have to get into heaven to be a Christian, because, i.e., getting into heaven is after your life ends. You get what I'm saying?
What you have, okay, to be, you said it was certifications to get to heaven. Then you just said you will have to be a Christian to get to heaven.
Yes,
But
that's one part of it. There's a process in order to make it into
got you. What's the other
kingdom
parts
of heaven.
What's the other parts?
You tell me, Mr. Christian man.
Well, like, I was gonna go to like how like this is like a sweeping generalization.
I don't care about that.
Yeah,
I want you to
cannot
now
like
tell me, no, I don't care about you rambling off to something else. I want you to tell me, what are the requirements to get into heaven?
I will say the requirements is against having to listen in the Bible. And when we're talking about
Nope.
Jesus coming down saving us for our sins.
Nope.
Grace.
Nope.
What do you think the requirements would be then?
It's
if
not
you
what I think,
are
it's
not
what
the
I
Mr.
know,
Christian
and
man.
either you actually tell me or you concede this entire argument because you're not qualified for the argument.
Oh wow. Santana.
I don't care about you running off to something else. Can you tell me the requirements to actually get into heaven, or concede the entire argument?
Where's the requirement to be black?
Either you tell me what are the requirements for getting into heaven, or you concede the entire argument.
I mean, I would think the requirements to begin into heaven is follow Jesus' teachings.
Can you list the requirements?
Is that not good enough for you, Commander?
No, because we've already established in order to get into heaven, you have to be a Christian.
No, we didn't establish. That was your opinion. I never said I agree with it.
I don't care.
I never said I agreed with your opinion.
Not. That is a prerequisite.
Then we didn't establish it. That's what an establishment is.
I don't care about whether you agree with it or not. That's literally one of the things that are that's in the Bible. Now tell me the other things.
What's in the Bible? You just said it was in the Bible. What's in the Bible?
Tell me the other things.
Other things like what? Oh, the commandments in the Bible?
This is your
the
last
two great
chance.
commandments?
This is your last chance. If you do not tell me what are the requirements in order to get into heaven, I'm taking it as a concession and I'm just going to kick you.
I will say the requirements to get to heaven is in Matthew 22 to 20 to 36 to 40.
Not what
Also
are the
in Mark
verses,
12.
but tell me what are the requirements.
To love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind, and to love thy neighbor. 2 great commandments you have to follow. Yeah, and how does it correlate with this?
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter, disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly and like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in a link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat, and I will read that out. W's in the chat for Dan for the $20 to say a kick. W's in the chat for Dan for another added 2 for the kick. W's in the chat for Holly, who added 2, said get them up out the paint. Right. W's in the chat for Heather, who sent 5 for the kick. W's in the chat for Kendra, who sent 2 to kick this insufferable rambler. W's in the chat for Gigi for the 4 for the kick. W's in the chat for Pepper Ann for the 5 for the kick. W's in the chat for Jody for the 5. Kick this word salad master out of here. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Flana for the 20 to say, fiat. I support kicking this currency guy. I know that's right. W's in the chat for all the donos. Again, if anybody else likes support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Keep tapping the screen, guys. Let's get the likes up as well. And can we knock out the donuts? Please, please, please. Can we knock out the donuts? Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background?
Trump supporter.
Okay. And would you like to tell me why today, July 23rd, 2026, you still support Donald Trump? Or do you actually want to pick a specific topic where you like to start?
It's mainly the immigration.
Okay, so you're saying the reason why you still support Donald Trump today is because of immigration?
Yes.
Okay, tell me more.
I just don't feel like you should be in the country breaking the law.
Okay, anything else?
No, it's basically it.
Okay, so you just don't think you should be in the country breaking the law?
No, if you want to be in the country, I mean, a good way to start is not by breaking the laws of the country.
Okay. What's the actual law?
I mean, they're called illegals for a reason. You're coming into this country and planning on staying here, not legally.
Well, they're undocumented, not quote unquote illegals. That's just the dehumanizing language that you unhuman people use. But that wasn't my question. My question is, what's the law?
Well, for that, I would have to say I don't know that.
Okay, so if you don't know the law, then why are you standing on the fact that it's the quote unquote law?
I guess just because that's what I've heard, I suppose.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Heard something, you didn't actually verify it yourself. Why wouldn't you want to actually verify it to ensure that you know what you're talking about, especially before you come in front of like thousands of people and make certain statements?
I don't know.
Okay. So you enjoy being mediocre?
No, I guess, to be honest, I haven't cared to check. I just was like, okay, if we're deporting them, there's a reason why, and it must be because they're not here where they're supposed to be.
Okay, got it. The law isn't being or coming across the border. The law is broken by being in the country undocumented and being caught, right? So people coming across the border, that's not the breaking of the law. It's literally being caught in the country undocumented. So, like, I think that even understanding the law before you make these claims is important. Do you know, on average, how much it is for a fine to shoot off fireworks within a city limit in the United States of America? Just average costs across the country.
No, I'm not sure. What is that?
$1,100. You know what the cost is for being found in the country undocumented, the fine?
If you're making this point, I would assume that it's probably somewhere similar.
No.
Really?
$250.
That's significantly less.
Yep, there's more of an emphasis on shooting fireworks within a city limit inside of the United States of America than there is coming across the border and being found in the country. So even our laws, right, don't actually equate the premise as far as like being undocumented as other things that are misdemeanors. So like leaning on the law, you're kind of 0 for 2. Question: can you tell me one tangible benefit that is created by mass deportation? And when I say a tangible benefit, that means like something that we can directly point to and say, you know, the amount of household income increases due to mass deportation. The you know, costs per goods go down due to mass deportation. Can you give me any tangible benefit of mass deportation?
I mean, the only benefit that I would say would probably just be from my own personal opinion.
Okay. Your personal opinion isn't a tangible benefit. Can you give me one?
Yeah, no, I'm literally just here to learn what I can and have a conversation. Like, that's literally it. I just want to learn and educate myself more.
I would actually recommend doing that before you come up on the live and saying that we need to get quote unquote illegals out of the country. This is a debate.
Oh, well, I didn't say that. I just said that, like, that would be my reason for agreeing with it.
Wait, so you
is that I believe that
Donald Trump's deportation policy because you want to learn about it?
No, I agree with it because I thought that it was breaking the law. So that's why.
But if you wanted to learn about it, then why wouldn't you like go look up the information around it?
I don't know. I honestly just don't have time.
Okay, so if you don't have time, then does that mean that you actually don't care about it? Because I make time for stuff that I care about, no matter how time consuming it is.
Well, I mean, I honestly just had more questions, so I was figuring to come to you guys and talk and have a conversation.
Oh, you want me to teach you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link in the bio. Santana Speaks For You. Santana Speaks For You is the best way to support it live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. If you want me to teach you, then you got to hit the pay links. This is a debate. This is not me teaching the people that come up here. So I will teach you, but you got to pay me first.
Okay, for sure. I got you. Thank you for your time. Yep. You can go ahead and kick me. I got you.
For shiggity. Guys, Black people labor isn't free. If you're going to come into a debate live and then expect the person that's trying to debate to actually just teach you, then make sure you hit the pay links. I'm not teaching anyone for free. If you learn in byproduct, yep, I got you. But if you're coming up here specifically so I can teach you, that is not what we're doing. You have to hit those pay links. Got to do it. Got to do it. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. W's in the chat for Joseph. Joseph, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Joseph, I appreciate the hell out of you. Hey, Foster, you got an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Let me get off here and I'll fix it.
Yeah, I remember you from yesterday. If you can turn off your Bluetooth like you did the same way, then we can keep it going. All right. W's in the chat for Joseph. Thank you so much for the 10. And Joseph, I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to you. I've been traveling, and that's why I haven't had a chance to reply to your message. But I saw your message, and I'm going to get back to you today. Like, that's on my list of things to do today. W's in the chat for Joseph. Thank you so much for that $10 donation. Again, If anybody else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out.
Did I lose you?
Nope, you're still here. But you're out of the app. You have to come back into the app for me to be able to hear you. There you go. And now you're gone again. Guys, can we tap the screen and get up to 400,000 likes? Please, please, please. Also, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means, yes, it's better. That means you haven't followed me. Hit that follow button. We have 85 new followers on the stream. I would love to get it up to 100 new followers. So please, please, please hit that follow button and turn on notifications so you know when I go live. All right. Falser, I know you're a Trump supporter. Do you want to tell me why today, July 23rd, 2026, you still support Donald Trump? Or is there something specific on the background that you'd like to debate?
Well, yeah, there's a couple things. Let me look at it again here. There's a couple things that were said over the last couple days on not necessarily just yours, but I want to call y'all the Rat Pack. Are you familiar with the Rat Pack of old?
Yes.
Okay, you know who all was in it and everything like that. I think that's you and Dean and Santana. Well, you're Santana. And anyway, that's just one way of writing y'all's down, but with just initials anyway. Where you say that Obama had the I can't remember what
JCPOA.
it was with the the agreement they had since the Obama and then Trump got rid of it, right? So my thing is, but can you trust the Iranian government to, you know, to be honest about it? You know, and to
trust them just as much as you can trust the United States government.
Okay, all right. So you can't trust either one of them, right?
Nope.
That's why I agree with that. But so it's hard to say that you know, Trump got rid of the Obama deal with Iran, and that's why they went to you know, nuclear you know, grade uranium, you know, or trying to get there.
I don't know whether or not you can directly say, oh, this is the reason why they actually did this or whatever, but I can say that the reason why we're currently in conflict with Iran today is because of Donald Trump pulling us out of the JCPOA. And the reason why I say that is because the justification that Israel used for quote unquote preemptive strikes on Iran was the fact that they suspected they were making nuclear missiles, and even though Israel wanted to attack Iran for 20 years prior to that, they never had an actual sufficient reason. But with Donald Trump pulling us out of the JCPOA, it then gave Israel the coverage needed to say, oh, they're making nukes, so we have to bomb them. So I don't know if they would or would not have done, you know, created nuclear missiles under the JCPOA. But what I can say is that we wouldn't be in this current war today if Trump had not pulled us out of the JCPOA, because Israel would not have had coverage to actually bomb them, just like they haven't had coverage for the last 20 years.
But would there a sunshine clause? I mean, that Iran could have eventually sunset. Yeah, they could have eventually got built nuclear weapons.
Sure. I mean, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, right? But I can't say what they would or would not have done with it being sunset. The only thing that I can say is that for a fact, if Trump wouldn't have pulled us out of the JCPOA, then they wouldn't have had the coverage needed to say, oh, they're building nukes, we need to bomb them.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing was every president pretty much since Reagan has said that they would you know, go to war with Iran.
Has any president since Reagan actually done it?
No. Okay. But I think what it was you know, it was the circumstances. We got intel that there was 40 or 50 Iranian leaders high up in the, probably Israel.
Yep. What happened when the United States intelligence tried to confirm what Israel said?
I don't know.
They couldn't.
What do you mean? They couldn't confirm it?
Nope.
So that may
the
be
decision to continue to attack Israel anyway, even though multiple people, including the vice president, said don't do it.
Attack Iran, not Israel.
Iran.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you repeat the question again?
Who's the person that made the decision to attack Iran, even with multiple people with the intelligence community, generals, appointed generals, and even the vice president saying no, don't do it?
Yeah, that's Trump.
Yep.
But now I've been in agreement with it ever since, for the last 20 or 30 years, I guess, because, Iran they're bad actors. We had the Shah of Iran in there. He was democratic or
the current regime within Iran.
What are you saying? That, well, the Shah of Iran was who we put in office, wasn't it?
Yep.
And then he got thrown and kicked out of the country, and the Ayatollahs.
No. The current regime that's in place, that's still in place, is direct descendants of the regime that the United States of America put in.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Did not know that. So they're related to the Shah of Iran? No?
Everyone is directly connected. Literally, the Ayatollah that was killed was one of the protesters that helped overthrow the government of Iran with the CIA of the United States of America.
Yeah. Well, I told, like I said last night, if I was Trump, after the main attack was over and Iran started threatening the Strait, I would have just pulled all my assets out of there. And, just
Trump can't do that because pride. At this point, pulling out would be admitting a U.S. defeat. But the crazy thing is it's literally going to be the fifth step in the collapse of global superpower, because we've overextended ourselves to multiple wars and countries. We've started to borrow. That's why so many other countries own our debt. We have started to centralize power and to disenfranchise citizens. Like literally, there's 5 steps that the previous 5 global superpowers who had the centralized currency of the world have taken that caused their collapse, and we're on number 4 of the 5 steps.
Name a couple of the first.
Before us, it was the USSR. Before the USSR, it was the Great Britain. Before Great Britain, it was the Ottoman Empire. Before the Ottoman Empire, it was the Roman Empire.
Some say Britain are still, behind the lock going on out there. I think the reason Trump went in with Israel, though, instead of anybody from NATO, was because Trump's been talking about getting out of NATO for years. And I think the reason why Trump went into Iran with Israel is because they didn't want any NATO countries. Like, Afghanistan, we had every 180 something countries backing us,
But the U.S. is a NATO country, and all of our NATO allies refused.
Well, I don't know that they refused because he didn't let anybody know.
They literally refused. That's why, he was calling out our allies specifically, and he was so mad at NATO because they wouldn't help, quote unquote, secure the Strait of Hormuz.
But that's after he attacked, the initial attack.
No one else believed the actual propaganda from Bibi Netanyahu except Trump. Like, not even previous predecessors to Trump believed Bibi Netanyahu. Hell, not even first term Trump believed Bibi Netanyahu, but second term Trump did. I wonder why. I wonder if there's anything that happened between first and second administration that would make Trump scared enough to actually acquiesce to a genocidal terrorists, war criminals.
Well, right before that I was talking about where Trump didn't ask any NATO countries to invade. They didn't. Trump didn't get NATO to do the initial attack like we did in the past. Only time that NATO came into effect was when they were starting to shut down the strait after Israel and Iran. I mean, Israel and the United States didn't tell NATO, "Hey, we're going to go into Iran."
No,
want y'all to come.
After the strikes, they immediately started requesting support from allies, in which allies immediately said no. He put additional pressure on them after Iran closed down the strait, but after the strikes, they were still saying that we need. He said that in conjunction with, like saying that he wanted the Iranian people to overthrow the current government.
Well, yeah, he messed up there. But getting back to what I was saying about NATO, Trump wants out of NATO anyway, and because it's just a big money pit,
It's not.
And a lot of the money that we send to.
Why do we pay so much into NATO?
You tell me. I really don't know.
Because we keep spending so much money on our military. If we want to stop paying so much to NATO, then we should stop spending so much on our military.
When 2015,
Donald Trump is advocating for an increase into the United States military, which is going to cause an increase into how much we pay into NATO. Those things are directly tied.
Yeah. But 2015, Obama had left our military, especially our Navy and Air Force, left them with, I mean, they were robbing parts from one plane to get another plane to run.
That's not true.
Obama wasn't big. Well, I mean, I've seen. Okay, I'll have to come back with proof for that sometime. But why? I mean, Trump. Oh, one other thing I want to bring up. The famous picture of Trump dressed up like what some people say is Jesus Christ, and healing people. Well, I mean, y'all made it infamous, I guess. But what I'm getting,
infamous, I wouldn't say famous. Sure.
What I'm getting at though is, if you'll notice, the whole picture is military. So I think what he's doing there is, yeah, but it's still, everything was military. Every person in there was
AI slop that he changed. He changed it was actually quote unquote angels, and then
originally.
Yeah, up in the clouds and everything. He changed it from angels.
Yeah, I didn't know that. By the time I saw it, it was just all military. So it just looked like he was like healing the military or something.
Yeah, it's just AI slop. Donald Trump loves AI slop, like literally.
Also, the Venezuela, that was a good move on Trump. I like that move. Just because we need a bigger presence in that part of the hemisphere, and
so it wasn't about the people. It was about imperialism.
Well, I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Okay, so you don't care about the people; you care about imperialism.
No, I definitely care about the people. Venezuela was Venezuela is just like Afghanistan. Afghanistan back in the mid 70s was a beautiful place. Grass, I mean, just totally changed. Same way with Venezuela. Venezuela was, had Chevron in there, had Exxon, had everybody in there building refineries. And,
exploiting the land and the resources and polluting and actually stealing from the people. Yep.
Well, that's what man does,
No, that's what white men do, but I hear you.
Yeah. There's been some black men in the last several hundred years that were, very ambitious too,
Name a black man or a group of black people that led.
Well, I'm just talking about the trade, slave trade back in,
Oh, are you saying black people sold black people?
Yeah.
Okay, show me a bill of sale.
Oh, well, I mean, so you're saying that's not true?
Correct. So
white people took ships down there and rounded up black folks and
literally.
No, Santana, that's just not true.
No, it's
we probably.
Hey, I have a question for you. If during this time they diligently documented everything, including the amount of slaves they had on the ships, the ship routes, the number where the slaves came from, where the number of slaves that died going through the Middle Passage, the actual slaves that were raped, then the actual selling of the slaves once they made it to the Americas. If they have like detailed information as far as the creation of race, the justification with the Pepper Bulls that were published by the Catholic Church, if they have like all of the records to ensure ownership of slaves, if they have like detailed information that has been diligently preserved and we can access all of that right now, why can't we find one bill of sale where like Black people were selling other Black people?
I know there's a log of all the routes and the names of the ships and that carried them.
But why can't
I'm sure somebody.
Why can't we find one bill of sale showing that like the African people sold other Africans?
Well, so you're saying that didn't happen?
I'm saying Black people never sold Black people.
Okay.
And even when there was some semblance of like Black people agreeing, it was under coercion. There were two main ways of coercion that were used by the colonizers. Do you know what the #1 export was out of the Americas?
Back then?
Yep.
I guess you're going to say Black folk.
No, that was the #1 import. #1 export.
I don't know, cotton. I don't know.
Most people think it's cotton. Some people even may think it's tobacco. While cotton and tobacco were two of the most popular exports, the #1 export was sugar. Hey, do you know what the main extract from sugar was used for in that time to make?
What they use the extract from the
sugar to make?
Yeah, liquor probably.
Yep, rum.
No.
So one of the ways of coercion is that they would take the actual rum with them and to the areas in Africa and get the people so drunk that it would make them easier just to steal them, right?
Yeah, well, they did it to the Indians too.
Indigenous people, please don't that's a slur, indigenous people. But one of the other ways is by literally pulling out a gun, pointing in their face and saying, "Give me them." So even if you say that, oh, they agreed, getting someone so drunk that they can't say no, or putting a weapon in their face and them saying yes for fear for their life does not equate to willingly selling people.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about there's no records of transactions and stuff like that. Then it would make sense to me that that what they say about Black tribes, they're at war with each other. They're still at war today, I guess, in Africa and places like that. But
even when those tribes had war with each other or took slaves, their slaves were integrated into their society. They weren't kept as slaves. They weren't treated as inhumans or property. They were treated as captives as a certain amount of time, and then they were integrated into the society as normal people. And those were like people that were taken during war.
Yeah. So why is there not any record or history of white men coming down the coast, going inland, and physically taking Black folks, putting them on ships?
We have all the history of that. We have all the history, all the records. Hell, we have the colonizers' diaries. They wrote them in their diaries, specifically their words, literally their words, talking about how they did it. Like there's plenty of records of that.
But no records of Black men selling slaves.
Correct.
Wow. Did not know that.
Yep.
Did not know that.
It's actually very easy to find and very detailed.
So even when Britain was buying slaves, they were going down there and having to go in and round them up themselves.
Yep, the Catholic Church published 2 papal bulls in 1455 and 1457, giving justification to European countries in order to engage in chattel slavery.
But now, if I was a tribe on either any of the coasts, and white men got out of their ships and went inland, and we're bringing black folks out and putting them on I think that the coast.
Your signal's really bad.
More history on fighting.
Your signal's really
black.
bad.
My signal.
Yeah, it went out. I didn't hear what you said.
You're talking about the.
Yeah, you were going in and out. So
there would be.
What you were saying.
Sorry about that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is there would be a history of where people from England came down and United States came down and went inland and got got the. Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, and then they're just going to bring them out from the inland to the coast and load them up on, and there's no black tribe's going to have a problem with that.
Yeah, they literally cut them off and stopped them and started killing them to try to save other black people. That's why where other countries stop engaging in chattel slavery, and the forming of the United States of America realized they could no longer engage in chattel slavery. They started to make breeding plantations where they forced black people to make more black people. When they couldn't go steal black people from Africa anymore, they forced black people to make black people on plantations.
Yeah, I figured that was going on. What is chattel slavery? What's the word chattel mean?
I should go look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up later or something. You ever heard Morgan Freeman talk about Black History Month?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Morgan Freeman, though. He's not the arbiter of all things black. He has his opinion, and I don't agree with it.
Yeah, well, he makes a lot of sense. I think what the problem is with I think the problem with racism.
Morgan Freeman has gotten so much money that he thinks that he's exempt from racism. He thinks that he can capitalize his way out of racism, not understanding that he's still a nigga.
What benefit do we have of people with your thought over people like Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, I'm not being willfully ignorant or blinded by the social constructs that continue to disenfranchise black people today. Specifically, you can look at the maternal mortality rate, which has already been high, but has increased under the Trump administration. The infant mortality rate that has continued to increase. You can take a look at the fact that black women, overwhelmingly 400,000 black women lost their jobs under the Trump administration. The black unemployment rate skyrocketed while the white unemployment rate basically went unchanged. You can talk about the fact that the wealth gap has continued to widen, that negatively disproportionately affects black people. Me calling out the different systems that continue to hurt marginalized communities over someone saying, "Oh, that's not a thing." I don't care about them pretending as if it doesn't affect them. I know. Like, it's not just my eyes, it's the actual empirical data that points to the fact that black people are being killed, black people are being redlined, black people are being overwhelmingly hurt and harmed. But it's not just black people, it's the queer community, it's people with disabilities, it's women. These societal structures that we have created that all stem from the patriarchy continue to hurt everyone. And me calling it out does more good than Morgan Freeman just saying, "We don't need Black History Month." I don't give a fuck about
that. Another thing somebody asked him is, how do we get rid of racism? And Morgan Freeman said, stop talking about it.
Yeah, that's a lie. Hey, if you had cancer and you didn't talk about your cancer, would it go away?
There's two total different things.
It's literally not.
Well, I mean, you can't compare
literally
it. You're not
Can you
comparing
answer the
apples
question
to apples.
directly? If you had cancer and you stopped talking about your cancer, would your cancer go away?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Because you just can't, not talking about something's not going to make it go away.
Oh, kind of like not talking about racism. It's not going to make it go away.
It's
Racism
apples
is a
and
cancer.
oranges.
Racism is a cancer, just like cancer is a cancer. And so we have to directly deal with it. We can't just ignore it and hope it stops.
I don't have any proof of this, but this is my opinion. You know where there's less racism at in this country?
I don't care about
What
your
area?
opinion.
Southeast.
I don't care about your opinion. I'm from the Southeast. You're wrong. I don't care about your opinion.
Where are you from?
From South Carolina.
I'm from Alabama.
Mhm.
And we don't have racism over here.
Nope. You guys,
We still
you
have.
guys are actually the king of racism. Like, you guys actually manufacture racism and ship it to other places. You guys have like a PhD in racism.
Man, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Yeah, I hear you.
You need to look. You need to look at it.
Racist as fuck.
Well, I'm not a big fan of him.
I've been to Mobile. I've been to Montgomery. I've been all over fucking Alabama. I've been through Alabama trying to get to Dustin. Alabama's racist as fuck.
Well, you know, I just don't see it. I don't have any friends of mine, and there's a lot of country folks that I'm white.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But
You're not affected by racism, so why would you?
No, I'm not. I'm saying I don't have friends that use racial slurs or.
Do you think
or
racism
that put down
is just bad words?
No, but I mean,
Yeah, okay.
you would. Look. Trust me. I'm not saying it. I see it in the big cities. I mean, not the cities in Alabama, but
big cities. It's just like racism is a system. Like, it's literally a system. It's ever present, and so just because you don't recognize it doesn't mean that it's not occurring. Hell, Black people can be victim of racism without even knowing that they're victims of racism. You know what medical racism is?
Medical racism?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. Medical racism occurs when there are racist tropes that are passed through the medical system that causes Black people to be disenfranchised. Have you ever heard the actual trope that Black people have thick skin?
No, never heard that.
Okay. There's a
heard
teaching that Black people have thicker skin, and so Black people they say that like Black people have less nerve endings and they feel less pain. And since they have thicker skin and have less nerve endings and feel less pain, then the people within the medical field are taught that Black people lie when it comes to their pain tolerance. And so there was a study completed showing that Black people disproportionately receive less pain medications because the people that are treating them overwhelmingly think that they're lying versus their white counterparts. So whenever it comes to like a Black person saying they're in pain and they need pain medications, and if they say their pain is a 9, then the people treating them tend to think that their pain is actually a 6. And so they don't give them access to pain medication because they think that, oh, it's just a lie.
Yeah. Do you believe that in the 60s, when we come out with civil rights and pass those laws, and now I was in my early teens in part of the 60s, but I was born in 58. So when I was 68, I was 10 years old. When did they start building housing projects for low-income people? Back in the 60s, was it not?
Housing projects have always been built throughout our country's history. Yeah. Looking for places to separate anyone that's not white has always been a thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's the biggest problem that I see with this country right now today is housing projects and things like that. Again, generational welfare.
Like I said, it's always been a thing since the creation of our country. They have always looked to separate anyone that's non-white. So you saying that this happened in the 60s, you're wrong. This happened as soon as Black people freed themselves from slavery, and it has continued to happen to anyone that is not categorized as white. That's why you see similar things happening to people who came here that are Asian. people that were Irish, people that were Italian. The Irish and Italian were done that way, and so they were their categorization was changed to white, and then they could actually escape those certain areas. This is not something that's exclusive to Black people. This is all about white people looking to uphold whiteness.
Well, you know, they've had ghettos in Germany, you know,
Why
the
are you
whole
like
night.
not engaging what I'm saying directly, and you're just like saying random stuff that's adjacent to what I'm saying?
Because I don't believe what you're saying.
Okay, then
I don't believe there's racism. I don't believe there's racism in the South.
I don't care what you believe. Like the entire time, the only thing that you've been doing up here is asking me questions, and I've been schooling you, and I've even been telling you where the sources are located, and you're just talking about your fucking feelings. Either you prove something or stop asking fucking questions and engaging with what I'm saying directly. Like I don't give a fuck that you don't care about if you don't agree with what I'm saying.
You lost me when you said black.
I don't give a fuck when I lost you. This whole point, the whole point that I'm trying to make is that
got their own flag.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you fucking hillbilly. You think I care about the stupid shit that you're saying? You think I care about proving any of the shit to you? The only reason I've been doing this because I'm fucking smarter than you and I wanted to. But now I'm done. Now I'm done. Now either you prove something or you fuck off. Sent you a request to come off mute. Fucking prove something or fuck off. Hurry up, Billy Bob. He took the option to fuck off. Good for you. Fuck out of here. Whatever. I don't believe there's no racism in Alabama. We just love fucking our cousins. We don't care about racism. We just want to hump each other. Everybody except Marie. Marie doesn't do that. Shout out to Marie. Holy shit, I'm starving, and whoever our neighbors are cooking something and we can smell it. I woke up this morning to the smell of bacon, and I was like, who the fuck is cooking bacon? And it smelled amazing, but management, she doesn't eat pork, and so the smell of bacon made her feel sick. And so they're cooking something now, and I can smell it, and I'm hungry as fuck. I gotta get food. W's in the chat for Michelle. Thank you so much for the $25 donations and hitting the pay links every time I happen to catch a white woman that I come across with the caucasity. Michelle, you gotta be doing that a lot because they all have the caucasity. W's in the chat for Dragon Love for the $5 donation saying black labor is not free. It is not. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Jay for the $5 donation saying because black labor isn't fucking free. This dude is absolutely clueless. He's saying, as a white man, I don't see racism of the blacks. That's exactly what the fuck he said. W's in the chat for Rebel for the $2 donation. Said, I agree with the old man. If you stop talking about it, it'll go away. That's how women got the right to vote. If we leave it up to white men, they'll do the right thing in the end. It's sarcasm. Yep, that was in the chat for Marie for the $6.70 donation. Said, God damn it, I knew it with the accent. Ask them about 256-205-334 or 251. Roll Tide and Santana is exactly right. Racism is manufactured, polished, and exported here. Also, Santana visit Birmingham. Promise is worth it if you're stuck down 65 anyway. I don't know if it's really necessarily to go back to Alabama. I can't. I'm sorry. Debbie's in the chat for Joseph for the $10 donation saying he reminded me of when people I visit my family in Mississippi. P.S. I'm sorry for making you kiss your way through the donut. No, listen. I'll be locked in every single time. We're good. We're good. I'll be locked the fuck in. W's in the chat for Mr. Finch for the $5 super chat to say, this is the support of the labor that Santana is teaching this guy. First one is on me. I appreciate you, Mr. Finch. Followed by another, say another labor $5 Santana teaching this caller until the caller crashed out. Like he had crashed out before I even got to that point. He was just upset that he didn't have shit. And so that was making him mad. W's in the chat for Trey for the $2 super chat to say, oh, dude really said the South has no racism. With his whole fucking chest, he said that. with his whole fucking chest. He said that. Dubs in the chat for the donos, guys. Dubs in the chat for the donos, guys. Hey, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, that means you're not following me. Hit that follow button. We only need 8 more new followers to actually get it to 100 follows for the stream. So please, please, please hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live, guys. I'm calling it. That's a day for me for now. I might be back later. I'm not sure, but it's hot as fuck. I need to get out of here, and I'm hungry, and I smell food, and we're gonna call it for now. We're gonna call it for now. We gots to go, Joe. So that being said, let's hit this outro.
You stepped in a box, now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here, you better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from the pit. Yeah.
Hey, W's in the chat for the chat. W's in the chat for the chat, guys. I appreciate the hell out of you. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back. And we may be back again tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see how today goes. But regardless, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the gifts and taps, likes, and shares. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being absolutely amazing. I love you all. And as always, peace.